isolate that specific moment
No.
and put it in the server so we have it as a soundbite?
Okay, fair.
I don't think giving us that soundbite is a good idea.
You don't think so?
No, I believe it or not, I don't think so. Let's see. Last time Torn got the shit kicked out of him
On purpose.
and still somehow managed to win the fight.
Yeah, totally on purpose.
It was on purpose. I needed to look beat up.
Yep, and the guards just tripped on their own. Nothing happened.
They did.
Me and Hachu stole the headpiece from the mace.
Hachu got some head from Nikos. It was a good time.
Much to Torin, unbeknownst to Torin, however, he does not know that they have successfully managed to claim that headpiece, as he was currently busy getting his ass kicked.
Mm-hmm.
Going fetal in the corner, getting kicked by the angry Italian.
We stared at the monkey again, some too. Monkey.
Torin, during all of this, continues to use magic without realizing he is using magic.
Someday you're gonna actually do something you try to do.
It's just gonna click.
Yeah, the party successfully did the switcheroo and evaded getting in big trouble, and now are in the throes of dealing with security and the wrap-up of the situation. Meanwhile, the head of the mace is under the bed in Nikos' room, and Apples is nowhere to be seen.
Alright, I believe we're going to head back to the room as the guards are in the middle of discovering what's missing.
Alrighty. Let me go to the room panel. Where is bedrooms? Bedrooms. Bam.
Oh, were we there? Did we go to the? I thought we left off.
We ended in the artifact room, but it can probably be assumed that we just went back to our room after,
Would they let that happen?
Yeah, I believe the guards actually instructed you all to go back to your rooms.
Oh, okay.
After everything, and Torin's sitting there nursing his black horns, I guess. I don't know.
He's probably got a good black eye and some broken ribs.
Is kobold blood in fact red?
Yeah.
Yeah, they believe
They're
red.
mammals.
Oh no.
I mean, they are a different species. You can't take that stuff for granted. Who
What
knows?
color does Nikos bleed?
I don't know.
Nikos never bleeds.
Oh, I was bleeding pretty bad when I died. Maybe some shade of blue or something, because Nicholas was bleeding like gold, like amber.
I've got all these gold stains on my vest now.
Right, so while you were doing that distraction, we got it.
Excuse me?
The head.
You've gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I didn't So where is it?
Well, if I can get us...
Oh, I shoved it under the bed just to get back and try and break up the fight.
Oh, it needs to not be here. It needs to not be here.
Well, where do you want to put it?
I just, maybe... not here, not in this palace at all. We need to get it out of here.
Well, we can try and sneak it out, or maybe... can you dimension door us away, or one of us away with it?
Oh, yeah, of course I can do that.
Where do you think we should put it till this blows over?
I don't. Somewhere.
Unrelated, but I need more cops.
No problem. Let me get that for you.
Somewhere. When I would look, we're surrounded by city. So, now maybe bury it somewhere. I don't. We're not gonna be able to sneak that out of here. You're gonna have to leave it and have someone else come back for it later. There's no way.
That's good, Knox.
Dope.
That's the door. Yes, hello.
Excuse me. I would like to take your statements as to what happened in the item hall earlier.
Yes, of course. Sorry. It was a little bit chaotic. Forgive me if my memories, if some of the greater details get, blurry.
I understand. I heard you were slammed into a display case?
More than one, I think.
That, I think you were thrown at one, too, at one point.
Yeah. I was thrown at one, and then I was slammed into two more, I think. Yeah. I think that's right.
Did you, by any chance, see what happened to the items in these display cases?
I fell on one. What do you mean what happened to the items? Did we damage something?
I don't think you should really be responsible for that. He was throwing you at them.
Well, yeah, but I'm a historian.
Please, gentlemen, did you see what happened to any of the items in the cases?
I know I knocked the
No?
helmet on the ground when I got thrown into the one display case. And then there was some fighting around the other one. A few got broken. I know that.
I am asking because one of the items in one of the cases you were thrown into has disappeared.
Oh.
Oh, which one?
The I almost fucked it up. The staff of Prospero has disappeared from the item hall after your fight.
Oh my.
What provoked this fight? We believe it may have been used as distraction to cover the theft.
So, we were trying to figure out the monkey, because why is it there? Why? So we were trying to figure out the monkey, and the Niccolo, that's his name, got really upset at that German man, and he shoved him. And then I went over there because trying to figure out what was going on, and then they tried to slap me, and then I kind of,
Who else was in the item hall? You said one of the Germans was in here? Was in there?
Yes, I believe one of the Nico's, what race was he? He wasn't a human.
I don't actually know what he is. He's the one wearing the trench coat most of the time.
And you did not see anyone else?
No. Granted, I was kind of clinging to a very angry Italian man for the majority of it, so.
Do you have any suspicions as to who could have wanted this item? I am aware you have been speaking to many people over the course of this. Have you, by any chance, heard anyone seem incredibly interested in it?
Well, I heard down the grapevine that the Germans were interested in it, and I also heard that the Italian Craven was very interested in it as well. I couldn't help but notice that they were in there a lot. Now I don't want to point fingers. Of course, this is all speculation. These are only things I've heard, but I mean they were in there a lot.
Two more things. One, you said the Niccolo pushed this German, correct? Do you believe the German instigated it, or that Niccolo did?
I couldn't hear what they were saying, but it didn't. Niccolo seemed like the more aggressive one in the situation. He was very upset.
I mean, he did start throwing you around shortly thereafter.
Yeah, he immediately then threw me into a display case, so I could say that Niccolo is probably the aggressor.
Alright, after that, in a few minutes here, we are going to be searching all of the rooms. I would like you all to be in your rooms so you are there when we come in to search them. We are going to have a few team members. I do not believe it was any of you three, as I'm pretty sure you would have been seen leaving with the staff. It is rather large.
Of course, we welcome the room searches. We have
Yeah, by all means.
For now, I believe we are going to prioritize the Germans and the Italian.
We will stay here, sir.
Please do go to your individual rooms so that we can get in them easily.
Yes,
We would like
Of
you all
course.
present to avoid any impropriety.
Of course.
We need to get that out of here now.
I'll just take it and then find a spot and then get back to your room.
Yeah, I know, I got it.
I'll go with
Look, the portal I could put like 500 feet away. I could put it like off the premises.
Yeah, off the premises, outside
Do
the
it,
walls.
do it.
Outside the walls.
I just try to think of a like an alleyway that was like behind it. We may have walked down, get to a street or something like that.
Anywhere such as a place you may have visited recently? Some place with some people who might be impaired in a certain sense.
Fair in a certain sense. Yeah, that'll do just finely.
Alright, so you're just gonna dimension door there and just stick it on the ground, or what?
I think Torrin's planning to go with him.
Torrin, go with me. Help me out. Let's figure out a stash spot. We go back to those two German, whatever, Austrian, whatever they are.
That's great. They were very nice.
I take it you two are taking the mace, so would the two of you roll me a combined strength?
Oh boy.
The two least strong characters gotta do the
The
strength.
two highest
Good luck,
strength
boys.
characters.
19.
I mean, you say that, but last session I was failing the strength throws, and you managed to do it.
Yeah, how'd you just manhandle that thing?
Oh, baby!
Just,
See what I mean?
What the hell?
we're on a mission.
All right, yeah. I'm assuming you guys are dropping off back inside that main entry area again.
Yeah, I guess we're right in the lobby. Yeah.
Are you gonna ring the bell, or are you just gonna leave it there?
We need to ring that. Torrent's gonna ring the bell. Like,
How'd you help me ring the bell?
Oh, he can't reach.
Maximum take hand on it.
17 strength.
Oh no.
Little baby grabby hand over the top of the counter trying to touch the button. Giant
No,
snake
no, no.
hand
Remember,
slams.
it's one of those. It's one of those giant pole ropes.
Oh, yeah.
They're ringing a
This is-
church bell.
Oh, oh.
Let's go of it. Torn goes up with the rope. No!
A few minutes pass, and the guy comes back out. This time it's the other one, the one who can only read English. And he's going to see you, recognize you, and write out a note to you guys asking how we can help you.
Torrent's going to quickly. Oh, thank God he doesn't have to shout. Scrawl out. I am very happy with your work. However, I have to. It is. It's gonna scratch that out. I'm very. However, I need to be somewhere very quickly, and as you know, it is very hard to carry. May I please leave it here and come back for it another time?
Takes a look at it. You can see him run his finger across it a couple times. Then he writes out on it and hands you back the piece of paper, asking how long you'll be leaving it for.
2 to 3 weeks, maybe. 1 to 3. It kind of hard to say.
He's gonna scroll out 1 to 3 weeks ?
Take a look at that. Then write out on it asking if you would like it to be shipped anywhere.
It can't be that easy. God, you're gonna be that easy.
I mean, as long as they don't check all like shipments going out of the city, I guess it'll be fine.
They won't. It's not. Yes, please.
Just reply yes and handing the note back, or what?
Yes, he's gonna get a new piece of paper. He's gonna scroll out the address.
You would
I know the
be.
address.
I think everyone would be knowledgeable of the primary shipping receiving hub, like military British equivalent of like a FPO for Birmingham operations.
Yeah, he's just gonna scroll out that address and then
Birmingham. I thought we were in
Or
Greenwich.
Greenwich, yeah.
and then see how the guy handles that.
I'm gonna take a look at it, kind of hold the pencil up to his mouth for a minute, tapping a little bit as he's thinking. And then he's gonna write out, it will be quite heavy. Shipping costs are probably gonna be about 300 GP.
Yeah, I know.
Torrent's already not belligerently, just he doesn't like parting with money, but he's gonna fish out the 300.
I'm assuming you guys set it down when you came in here. Not like both holding it up this whole time. He's gonna thank you for it and go back to go get a cart to take that into their shipping and receiving department.
There's no way this has. Hey, Nacho, let's get back.
Yep, it's a good handle.
Torrent's just like, is it really that easy? Would they just ship it for us?
Yeah, portal back through and skitter off to your rooms, I guess.
All right, Nicholas, let's go. Good luck.
All right.
Oh god, they're gonna find Oliphant's bathrobes.
I quickly go over my room to be sure there's nothing that's stashed in my room. Oh goodness!
Someone put that in
Actually-
quotes.
Write that down. Christ.
I'm gonna do a quick look over my room to make sure no one's hidden anything.
Yeah, now I'm a little paranoid. So.
Right? Yeah.
All right. All of you paranoid schizophrenics, roll me a perception check.
I mean,
9.
it's not an entirely
Nice.
unfounded paranoia.
Torin, are you not a paranoid schizophrenic?
I'm trying to decide if he is, because he has had
He is an overthinker.
a decent number of people in his room as well. Like, yeah, probably.
And also, we were considering doing this exact thing to Craven, so...
Oh, yeah. 11.
He's had two of the greatest, plausible people for doing this in his room in a single night.
That too, yeah.
As you're looking around, Torin, you realize something. Your bathrobe is missing.
Son of a bitch! He said he wasn't gonna take it. Wait, does that mean someone else stole my bathrobe? I bet Money Pink came in here and stole my bathrobe.
Mr. Hachu?
Yes.
We are here to search your room. Do you have anything you wish to tell us before we begin?
I believe so. Come on in. No, I passed the check with a 24. Was there fucking anything in here?
No, nothing of interest in your room.
They're planting evidence.
The cops walks up to you. I smell weed. Do you have any on you? Now would be a good time to tell me.
One of them raises up from underneath the bed. 2 ounces of the cannabis.
Jesus.
A little bitty baggie with the Austrian seal on it.
Testocho.
Sir, please stop resisting.
Another one rises up from underneath the sofa. Shell casings. Oh,
Found a high point.
it's wrapped in duct tape.
A bunch of sawed-off shotguns and oil suppressors made out of oil filters. Just
Mr. Johnson, the glove fits, therefore you must acquit.
A little bit of a RP
There were
question for
footprints
you.
at the scene.
A little bit of an RP question for you, Hachu. Are you nervous or are you chill?
I mean, I'm chill though. In fact, I don't have anything in my fucking room, so.
Okay, but you are a black man around the police, so who knows?
And a snake, and Yanti, and a wizard.
That's whatever.
Yeah, I feel like he's pretty...
Necromancer in particular.
As co-DM, I feel like he's been a relatively chill, smooth-running Yanti.
Much to the chagrin
One of them-
us, but
One of them opens up one of your cabinets and starts looking through it and pulls out a little Bavarian or Alpine yodeling hat. Do you want to stop him before he makes a life mistake?
Just be very careful with that hat. It is a magical item.
He looks at it for a minute and then says, "What does it do?"
When you put it on, you shout and you start shouting with it, and the shouts kill people. So don't do that.
The shouts kill people?
They can, especially in confined rooms.
Make
Roll
a con
me-
save.
Roll me persuasion.
That'd be a terrible mistake made.
The only time I've ever wanted to see someone crit fail a persuasion check.
This is gonna be the most tragic
Damn it,
way for
Hachu.
Hachu to die.
I get atomized by a like. So what? Just get fucking atomized by that.
Just that seems rather extreme, and you just fucking smack the walls.
It's that scene from Terminator where they're grabbing the fence and the nuke goes off. Hachu just fucking...
No, you're able to convince him, and after a little bit of looking around, checking under seat covers, looking through your drawers, looking behind your drawers, looking under your bed, wondering why there's a nest made of blankets in the corner of the room, they start making their way out, and the police officer thanks you for your cooperation.
My pleasure.
Also, the other thing about it, Hachu also would not be nervous around cops, considering 80% of the people he hung out with while with Huey Long was commissioners and cops and security. And
That's true.
Hello. Oh, it's there's a lot of
Mr. Levencroft, we are here to search your rooms.
Yes, of course. Come in, please.
Before we begin, is there anything you wish to tell us?
I have a lot of magical items in here, so if you're going to touch something, please ask first.
Because they don't kill people for speaking, do they?
Oh, did you find Hachu's hat?
Yeah.
No, but some can kill people in other ways. Just you gotta be careful.
Would you mind pulling them out and setting them out on the cabinet?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Torrin's gonna. He's got.
What do you have in the way of magic items?
He's gonna set the magic scrolls down on the thing. He's just gonna lay out all the magical items. He's gonna lay out the fucking soul box, the crucifix of the Golden Dawn, which he is still carrying. The spyglass. I think that's all the. Yeah, his fucking spirit ring.
What is Random Guard number 4's Soulbox song? I need to know.
fuck.
Yeah, so he just built a pile of
Pop
magical
them all in.
items.
You have
Pop them all in. Oh.
Hang on, I
gonna
got
say
it.
it.
Sorry.
Wait, what's going on?
I demanded to know what Random Guard number 4's song would be.
That's if he opens it.
True.
I mean, are you gonna let him open it or show it to him for him? Or,
I mean, if you ask him, it depends.
I mean, he is quizzically looking at them.
Oh, this guy?
Yeah, this one over here, the one who was talking to you.
It's like, the scrolls, these ones I got from an ancient monastery, and they were all very deadly and dangerous. They must not be touched. But these items over here are relatively benign. This is a spyglass here that lets you kind of look back and forward in time. This is some creepy thing that some crazy cultists carry around. I'm still trying to figure out what it does. And then, of course, the little music box. If you were at my presentation, you would have seen what that does.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. There's something about people's soul songs.
Yeah, do you want to hear your soul? Sometimes it can be a bit upsetting.
I must admit, I am a little curious.
But then, feel free to open it. Just be gentle, please.
Please be bad boys.
You see, that's quite nice. Do you know what that means to you, sir?
Why Bella Ciao?
He's got Italian ancestry. I made him a backstory. His parents were old Venetian bloodline.
Now you see this guy.
Could it have been from
His
South
would be
Tyrol,
bad
but
boys.
have at it.
Very interesting. I have not heard that song for a long time. Thank you.
Of course.
And I presume you're not hiding anything else around here.
Not that I know of.
The other guards
Yeah.
start making their way back out. And one comes by. Oh, it's the same guy. Oh, we got two cops right now. Oh, he's not. He wasn't going to open the box. He was going to come over.
That
and he
one
was
wasn't
going
meant to
say,
play.
Okay. He was going to come over and he's going to say, I'm sorry about this, sir. Someone seems to have been going around and stealing all of the bathrobes, and they seem to have gotten to yours as well. We will have the maids send up another one.
Yes, thank you. I noticed that as well. It's quite a trivial thing. It's hard to be upset about it, but it is very inconvenient.
It's just a strange thing for someone to do.
Yeah, it is. Is that all?
Yes, that is all. Thank you for your cooperation. If you do remember anything more from your encounter in the item hall, please do tell me.
Of course. I'm sorry. Yes, I wish I could help more. It's just I'm kind of beat up.
It is perfectly understandable. Even I understand most of you are not going to be staying here very long. Even if you do remember something in the next few months, do please send a letter to the Vienna police.
Of course I will.
With that, he'll take his leave.
Right, Torn's gonna recollect all of his things and do like the thing.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Zagros. We are here to
Indeed.
search your room.
By all means.
Before we begin, do you have anything you wish to tell us?
No?
You don't by any chance have any lethal magical items hidden around here, do you?
No?
It seems...
The hat?
Yeah, the hat.
Yeah. Well, considering I saw my eardrums, no one put it on, so that's good.
Are you hiding anything in here, Nikos?
No?
10 pounds of heroin. It's got a stack of black tar underneath the bed.
Never mind then. Few minutes pass as they search through all your drawers and stuff.
Should
They
have
don't
been illegal yet anyways.
find anything of interest. And without anything else, you were there when the fight broke out, correct?
I was.
Is there anything you remember that you did not bring up when interviewed earlier, or you have remembered since then?
No, the Nicolo just went off on Torin. I was too busy looking at that monkey to really see the start of it.
Monkey.
Monkey.
Does Nico just say that?
No.
Just monkey.
Monkey. No.
What was it?
Everybody be looking at the monkey!
You said, You said Lucy started this? How?
No, Nicolo.
Oh, Nick. Oh, you were looking at. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see the start of the fight. I was distracted by the stuffed gorilla. The sound of everything happening kind of caught my attention.
I understand. And you still believe that Niccolo was the instigator?
I would assume so from how he just started to attack.
When he was awakened from his unconsciousness, he told us that he was having a bad day because someone stole his pomade. And that seems like a very strange thing for someone to steal.
Really?
Of all things, Craven's a doctor, right?
No. He is a professor, is his technical...
No,
rank.
does he have a doctorate? As in a PhD?
You know, I don't think so.
Professor Craven also said this, that Niccolo was complaining to him about not having any pomade, and how it was allowing moss to grow on his hair.
Huh. And I thought my hair was annoying and temperamental. Can't imagine having moss grow on it.
It takes all kinds, I suppose. Well, thank you for your cooperation.
No problem. Good luck with the rest of your investigation.
Thank you. A few minutes are gonna pass. A few other people are gonna be gone through. And she's not here. Put her on the friggin' map.
Gotcha. There you go. My bad.
Oh, thank God they didn't find the pomade.
No, I
would've
didn't
been
keep that
amazing.
thing. I just tossed it.
Oh, you tossed it?
I don't need that stuff.
Thank God. you
Oh, I
tried
thought
to
you had kept it, and a 4 kept it from being found, so...
Oh my God. You imagine Nico's trying to explain his way out of having the guy's pomade? Oh, that would be...
Oh, if they brought it up, I would have just said it just appeared in my room. The maid probably brought it to me by mistake.
And up on Apple's door, we have a...
One minute. She'll scramble over and kind of brush the front of her habit, open the door nicely, and cup her hands together. Afternoon.
Good afternoon, sister. We are here to search your room in light of the missing staff.
Right, the staff went missing?
The staff of Prospero has gone missing. Have you heard anything? If you have, now would be the time to bring it up.
Her ears are gonna fold just a little bit, and her eyes are gonna get a little big, and she's gonna kind of look to him and act a little shy around some of the other officers. I'm assuming he's like, what, the sergeant or the corporal?
Yeah.
She'll kind of step in a little closer and kind of sheepishly, are we sure no one else will hear if I testify to what I've heard?
She's gonna kind of reach over and close the door and say, that can be arranged, yes.
I just want to make sure I didn't think any fights would happen here, and now that there's a theft and fights going on, I just want to make sure I won't get entangled in any of this, or you know, magic is able to find out if people say things, and I've heard a little bit, but I didn't know how to report it.
What have you heard?
I want a little bit of assurance. Are you sure no one else will be able to hear, no one has listening or scrying?
Take his wand out, wave it around, and you'll hear everything around you go quiet. And then he'll say, yeah, tell me, you can tell me here.
She'll let out a really big breath and kind of let her shoulders hang a little bit and gives some nice, kind of innocent eyes, and I've been listening for a few days. It's kind of hard not to hear things, and she kind of points at her ears and gives like a fake kind of weak chuckle. The kind of darker black kobold, I think it was Craven. Whenever I was talking with some people, he was routinely seemed to be whispering a lot with the Legionnaire, and I don't know, they were speaking with the Germans a lot, especially the one with the face mask and the trench coat. They never let me even get near him. I tried to talk to him at one point, and he was very standoffish and dismissive. I don't know, every time I did see him or overhear him, they were whispering to each other. They were taking a couple tours. Obviously, I was in the items hall a lot, and I thought the little golden goblin was really curious. I wanted to learn a bit more about it, which some of the assistants did tell me the history of it, which I actually found pretty cool. But either Craven or him were pretty routinely in there, and they were never looking at anything in specific except for some of the stuff in the back. I think it was the staff and the thing with the little twirly bit on you said it was Prospero's staff, I guess. I'm not super knowledgeable on these items, but those two specifically, almost staggered, were walking around there a lot and having a lot of discussions with the Germans.
Very interesting. Roll me deception.
Alrighty. Is he of the opposite sex?
Yes.
I have advantage with sex appeal.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is he gay, Saber?
Is he gay?
No, that's not what I was thinking of. I was just thinking of the fact that she's like 2 feet tall. Oh no, that's a turnoff for me.
It's a class thing.
It's a class thing. Also as Urban Jungle Goblin, which relative trust as a nun, advantage on charisma skills and checks to those who are receptive to charms and looks. So she might be trying to play on, if not the sex appeal, oh, it's a nun, she's nice, and I'm a security guard, I gotta make sure things are safe. Would either of those apply, or am I just rolling straight?
The latter one I think would apply, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, why would a nun lie?
18.
Damn.
Alright. That is very interesting. We heard that at the time of it, the fight actually began between Nicolo and one of the Germans.
Oh. Do you know maybe which German it was?
Yeah, it's the one that I forgot what his name is.
I don't think we actually gave him a name. He was just the tiefling German.
Yeah.
Hans Schmidt.
Hans Schmidt. Was it the one in the mask and trench coat?
No, it was one of the other ones. Well, it was Tiefling.
Oh.
The fight started by him, from the accounts we've gathered, the fight started with the Italian pushing him. And then the American kobold tried to de-escalate, and it only made things worse.
Can you promise this will be an anonymous tip? There won't be any, oh, well, we heard it from so-and-so, if I maybe give a suggestion?
He's going to turn his notepad around to show you what he has written down, and do you want to try and interpret the German?
Yeah, she's got a pretty good ability. Yeah. What do I roll for that?
Unless you have any specific skills, I'm guessing investigation is either investigation or straight intelligence.
We'll do investigation, because her intelligence is hot shit.
Torian trying to fucking de-escalate.
Your hair looks stupid.
That's a 13.
Look looking at it, you kind of get the notion that the thing he's written after your statement is not your name.
Oh, perfect. She gives a nice, like, very appreciative, heartwarming smile and will let out a little sigh. Okay, so the tiefling was walking around quite a bit and talking to a fair few people. At one point in time, he maybe approached and was asking if I had been hearing things, and was talking about, he said on the first day something about, I hope there's no thefts, something like that. It was kind of strange. I actually got a little offended because why would he ask the goblin, you know? I'm a nun, but maybe he was trying to break the ice and cultural stigma, I'm not sure.
Roll me deception.
Alright. Is that with advantage?
Yeah, I think so.
Dirty 20.
All right. He's nodding along, continuing to write in his notebook.
I think maybe he was trying to see if I would help or something, but I
What do you mean, help?
dismissed it. Well, he was talking to a lot of people and seeming weird. And then the fact he kept walking through the items hall, I kept wanting to look at the goblin, but him and the Italian and Craven, I think his name was, the little black kobold, they kept lingering around there over time. It seemed odd. I don't know, if him and the Italian were talking so much, I can't help but feel like the fight was purposefully staged by him. And does the tiefling have magical ability? I never really checked. Maybe he, during the scuttle, got rid of it or something, if I had to guess. Did he steal the entire
Perhaps.
staff?
Yes, the entire staff has gone missing.
Oh, that'd be rather hard to sneak out, wouldn't it?
Yes, that is what we were thinking too.
Huh.
We assume someone else managed to get in there during the fight and take it and leave. The god who was in there said that some kind of blinding magic was cast upon him, and he could not see anything. He got hurt quite badly, actually, falling down the stairs.
Someone cast blinding magic? That... if you... I'm not supposed to be having these thoughts, but that sounds kind of infernal and like something a tiefling might do.
That might be a little bit too stereotyping. It is very
Right.
common magic to have.
Yeah.
It is one of the things that we have in our arsenals, and he's gonna kind of wave his hand with the wand in it, not actually doing anything, but just as an example.
Hope he didn't cast it off himself by accident. That wouldn't be good. Maybe in the
That
panic.
does not seem likely. As given the blood trail, he would have had to have cast it before he could have seen where the fight is.
Oh,
Or was.
I guess that makes sense. Does anyone need any additional healing or help, or can I help in some way?
We appreciate the offer, but no, we have everything. We have our own on-staff healers who are taking care of everything.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, you obviously searched the room, but yeah, as long as if you're okay with that tip remaining anonymous, I'll be here and around.
That was the strangest way I've ever rolled a die.
Chucked it at the wall at full speed.
No, I bounced it, or I dropped it on my desk, and it bounced on my desk and then rolled up my keyboard.
Actual magic dice. The dice itself rolled on that 20, but not the roll itself.
Remember, Torn is taking a bath.
Torin
Nice.
is taking a bath.
Splish splash, I'm taking a bath.
She'll
Have
kind
you,
of.
have you realized that you don't have a bathrobe to get into yet?
I think so. He hurts, man. He actually hasn't gotten healing since that event, so he's kind of fucking kicked to shit still.
She'll kind of look across the room and look back up to him with kind of interested, concerned, like eyes that she's putting on. Who do you think actually did it then?
At this point, we are not exactly sure. We are favoring either the Italians or the Germans. Both of them have been making diplomatic plays towards the government, and it may be all swept under the rug. I would hate to see such a thing happen, though.
I was sent here to be a representative and to show a bit of good faith and willingness. If, having heard a lot of things, if you are needing a, again, anonymous source to perhaps hear more things, I can help with that, but I'd want to make sure my protection was provided in case they do catch on.
That can be assured.
So you would like me to kind of speak to him a little, and if I hear anything, pass it to one of you?
I mean, if you would like, but I meant if you give any statements, we can assure your anonymity.
Okay.
Any further statements?
I'll be sure to find one of you then if I should hear anything more.
She had a knife, right?
Yes.
The one that Torin stabbed himself with.
Yeah. The purdy knife. She doesn't have the Saren Ray or Eugen dagger. She's got her purdy knife, which is the littler, short, kind of 4-inch blade, back of the the back dagger that's on the outside of her belt.
Oh, was she keeping it on her or just in the room?
It was on her.
Okay, in that case, yeah, they don't find it.
Part of Saren Ray, it's considered ceremonial.
It's like Torin's ceremonial whip.
Yeah.
Or my ceremonial sword.
I mean, hell, the symbol of Saren Ray is a freaking dagger with angel wings.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Alright,
A valid
after,
excuse to have it.
Yeah.
after that conversation, the guards are going to start leaving, and this one is going to thank you for your time and for your statement. Please do come tell one of us if you have any more information. You come across anything, or if there is just more you would like to say.
Of course. Thank you again.
Have a good evening, sister.
You too. Saren Ray be with you. And she'll gently close the door. Turn around, let out a huff, walk over, start washing her hands, and is gonna use the message spell, send it over to Torin. A very simple, things seem okay, you're welcome.
I am so glad you said that.
Just pops
Back.
up in your head, things seem okay, you're welcome.
A weird bad thought, but okay.
That message spell is so fucking useful.
Up to 25 words.
Right?
And you can reply back with up to 25 words.
Oh, you can reply back?
Shit and die, motherfucker.
Okay, so Torin's reply back is literally what he just said because he doesn't quite know how it works.
He doesn't.
He
He's never
just
used that
hears
spell.
him, like reacting to the spell while in the back.
Muffled
weird
like it's
bad
through a house dial cable. That's a weird bad thought. She's just gonna chuckle at that and start getting out of her habit, getting nice and cozy for the evening.
Alright, is there anything you guys want to do after they finish searching? It comes into late evening.
I need to know what happens when they get to Red and Pink's room.
Why don't you roll me a perception check at disadvantage, since you're trying to, like, listen through to a hallway and a wall?
He's peeking
A
through the lock
17.
on the door. Ooh. Not bad.
As you're kind of hanging out in the bath, you hear some mumbling in the hallway before you hear two guards saying, "What could one kobold possibly want with so many bathrobes? And he's so strong. Now we have to return. They send more to everyone on this floor. I do not understand."
Just imagine like 12 guards trying to hold him down. Sir, give up the bathrobe. No, no.
The best part is, in like 6 months' time, someone's gonna find one of those bathrobes in the air vents that he's been using.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, he stole the one from you, not to take it for himself, but because Pink is always dropping by and he doesn't want her to have it.
For what we want to do, Torn's gonna go to get out of the bath, reach for his bathrobe, which is not on the hook, and now he's upset because he's naked, wet, and covered in bubbles, and there's no bathrobe here. So,
You do have towels.
We need a picture of Torn perturbed in the bathroom with like privacy bubbles.
All right, I need a con save. I need to roll a con save.
What is this for?
Not storming over to the other room to claim his robe back.
Bath towel and bunny slippers on.
Okay. What do you think?
What's your actual constitution?
1 or 12 base.
Yeah, surpasses.
I mean, if you really want to have that interaction, which would be funny, go for it, but this is a very, like, middle of... I'd say that's a meat DC.
Okay, so instead of storming over there naked, he's going to stop, towel off, put on the towel, and then walk over there mildly frustrated.
Maybe if it is your wisdom higher?
My wisdom, I believe, is the same. No, my wisdom's a 14.
Oh.
If your wisdom is a 14, then it definitely meets.
Yeah,
Torn with hotel house slippers, a towel around the waist, and a towel wrapped on top of his head.
A towel wrapped around
he
his
does
tail.
not do the... No, it's one towel. He's not doing the towel over the head. He's not doing
Come
the
on,
Indian
a
mom
towel wrapped around his tail, too.
thing. Okay, maybe the tail wrap. I'll take the tail wrap.
These are human-sized towels, so they're like a fucking beach towel for him.
He's gonna knock, just really, a very firm knock.
He doesn't have a towel around his head, just around the horns.
The little bitty hand
washcloths.
towels. The little washcloth hand towels over his horns. You'll hear the door jiggle a little bit and open, and Pink will be standing there in kind of like her casual under attire.
Check your DMs right
Hi.
quick. Before you...
Where is he?
Yeah, what's it? Where's you?
I know he took my towel. I'm my bathrobe.
Huh?
I
Oh,
want my bathrobe.
let me see what this DM is first. Someone's sending me something. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I was kind of figuring that would be the case. She just see her head kind of slowly pivot to the right, and she looks towards the bathroom. And she'll kind of step back, open the door, and allow you in.
Where is it, Red?
As
You describe the scene.
As you come in, you see Red standing atop a pile of bathrobes, on all fours, with like his tail jutting straight out, kind of like an angry gecko.
Red.
They're mine.
Well, one of them's Mine.
His eyes will kind of shift to the side, look back to you. Are you needing it right now?
He's gonna just like gesture to like himself, freshly out of the bath.
His eyes will dart up and down you for a few moments. You see him kind of thinking. He'll look back and his tail will kind of relax and start kind of sifting through the mound of bathrobes behind him. And then he'll eventually turn his head, pinch one out of there, lift it out. It's actually a bit more nicely bundled than the other ones, almost like an egg in the middle of this cocoon of bathrobes. And he walks over to you with it in both hands, is just glaring daggers at Pink the whole time, juts it out towards you. As soon as you're done with it, I need it back.
Thank you.
He's gonna take it and put it on.
He'll give you a nice confident wink and then cross his arms looking at Pink, who's just standing there confused.
Why did you wink?
Well, we're keeping Pink from having any of the soft.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
She'll try to steal it from you. We can't let that happen.
Of course, yes, I will keep it safe from Pink.
Torin's gonna look at Pink and be like, "Ah."
A single raised brow, hand on her hip, just... I'm taking Gray next time. And she's gonna turn and walk away.
So it'd be a shame if you came by and tried to steal it from me. You better not do that. I'm gonna go.
I'll make sure she doesn't. And he gives you a nice confident
okay.
bro nod.
No, that's fine. Like you can't always keep an eye on her. She's got her own aspirations.
No,
so,
she's gonna try to steal your robe. I guarantee she won't.
You know what? I'm very good at defending myself.
I'm better.
You know.
Don't
I
worry,
don't know.
it'll be okay. And he'll put a hand on your shoulder and start walking you towards the door, patting you like a drunk bro at the bar.
Thanks. But you sure? Like, you can head to the bar. Okay.
He'll close the door and you just hear him and Pink start, like, jabbing at each other verbally.
As you're walking, as you're pushed out, you kind of look to the side and you see one of the guards who was searching people's rooms earlier, and he just looks at you with the just most I have no idea what's going on in there look you've ever seen.
Torin's just gonna be like,
Hey, I got my robe back.
and then he's gonna wink.
You'll have better luck than everyone else.
Yeah, well, I'm good at some things, you know. It's just. Anyways, have fun. Whatever you're doing. Careful about Goso's room. He's I suspect he has food everywhere.
All right. Anything else from you, Torin?
No, he's gonna go. Probably just. Is this the end of the day?
Technically, there's time for you to go do some other stuff, talk to some other people, but basically, yeah.
More or less, yeah. He's beat up. He's tired. He's
Alright.
ribs hurt. Ready to lay down.
Nox, do you want to roll for that then?
Yeah,
Stealth versus perception, I guess.
sounds good.
As Red is sitting there like a freaking gecko on top of his bathrobes.
His mountain of bathrobes. And you said perception for Red?
Yeah, that's what it should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Damn, still high, but...
Too busy focusing on the bathrobes. He's sitting there mumbling to himself, can't let Pink have the or soft, can't let Pink have the soft. And she just walks out the door.
Just walks out past him, closes the door quietly, and she'll, very chameleon-like, just kind of stride her way with extra wide steps, looking both ways down the hall, probably an hour after everybody's fallen asleep. And we'll get up to the door and go to knock, pause. Gonna look left and right. Are there still guards in the hall?
Yeah, there's still more guards than usual.
As soon as she... Does it seem like there will be a opportunity for her to slip into the room that none of them would notice?
It would take a stealth check, but I mean, they're not particularly looking at her.
Oh, real stealth. Oh, no. So, her misty stepping into his room will be pretty apparent, I believe.
Roll me a perception check as you do that.
Me?
Yeah, Pink.
Uh-oh. Alright. 16.
Yeah, just as you start misty stepping, you notice two of the guards kind of standing next to each other, looking at you, seeing you do this, and they just kind of like elbow each other, like, hey.
She squints just a little bit and will... And she's gonna misty step, if I measure correctly, standing up on the foot of your bed.
Oh, that's just...
Oh. Hello. That's an entrance.
You don't have to seem that desperate, but also red. Shut up. And she'll just start stripping down and go for the night.
I've watched the ribs.
She'll also cast healing on his poor bruised ribs.
Oh, she can do that?
She's a bard. She's got a...
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fucking... What is it? Hang on. Cure wounds.
Sweet, it's like having sex with a hooker in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
you heal 2 hearts. Half of it's frustration because of red, so that's fun, I guess. Maybe bad on your hips, but whatever.
She had to sit there while the guards tried to fight with like, the most animalistic Red's ever been.
He doesn't get primal too often, but when he gets possessive of something, especially when he doesn't want someone else in the team to have it, it's bad.
Alright, yeah, roll me performance. Oh.
Yay! It is the most tragic, guided otters flailing like wacky tube men.
No, watch them. No, don't get. My leg is cramping. Move.
Stop trying to take lead.
Whatever you're doing, you do a better job. Oh my thigh. Jesus.
Just fuck.
The 2 switches can't decide who's the top. Oh no.
No, none of these fancy ideas are gonna work. Just do missionary. Fuck it.
True.
Genuine shrug. Okay.
Roll me Constitution.
He's listening to the pair of otters just
Eric,
fucking fighting.
Hey, let me make this roll.
Just caught you trying to sleep over there in Torn.
You're cramping my thigh. Damn it.
That's my tail! Not my fucking
Oh shit.
Just hearing whump, whump, whump. That's my thigh! Whump, whump, whump.
I was like,
Screams of pain from the other
make
room.
it stop.
Jesus Christ.
You gonna go knock on their door and ask them to shut the fuck up, or are you just gonna try and tough it out?
I'm not going over there. The fuck do you mean?
Oh my god.
Alright, with that, I think we can transition into the next morning.
Dope.
This time, Professor Gousseau is sleeping in a little bit, and Red is too tired from staying up all night guarding his bathrobes from Pink, who isn't even in the room. So he's not going to be coming. So it's up to you guys to break it apart this time around.
No one's knocking on the door yet.
Huh? What?
No one's knocking on the door yet. Normally, this is the point in the morning when someone knocks on the door, and I have to go up and make an excuse for you.
You never set an alarm or have them come give you a wake-up call?
No, someone just knocks inconveniently on the door.
You are very high maintenance, aren't you?
Hey, this is last night. One more go.
Raises a brow and looks at you. You're gonna have to roll persuasion.
A 6.
Brow slowly lowers. Let me roll. Yeah, we'll just do charisma.
Oh, you beat a 6. Oh, wow.
Yeah, she'll give a kind of raise her brow back up slowly, but unless you fight back, she is going to take charge and get any last stress out that she needs.
Oh, okay.
If Torin's eager, she'll take the time to do what she needs to do.
Oh, great. Yeah. Good morning.
So they'll be busy for another half hour to an hour.
It's the Nikos and Hachu show for a minute.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nico's doing his morning wake-up routine vlog. 6:01, wake up. 6:02, breathe. 6:03, get out of bed. 6:05, do 100 squats. 6:07, poop. Grab a bottle of Voss water, drink half of it.
Stick your face in ice water.
Dump your face
knocking
in
on the
ice
door.
water.
Knocking on the door, Nikos. Is that what's going on here?
With the perception of 9, do I hear the activities happening?
Oh no, the two of you having the activities roll me performance.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Can be quiet when she needs to, so Torin's being a loud bitch, but...
Actually, I was gonna go the other way around, or
Oh.
if it's low or high.
No, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, you
right.
do hear the activities.
Alright then.
Jesus, how do you have this much fear in the morning? Good Lord!
You can kind of read frustration as her fuel sometimes.
Hachu, you awake?
He is cocooned.
Yeah.
Nope, he's still asleep.
Are they still at it?
Sure sounds like it. Let's go get some breakfast while they have fun.
Yes. I can't sleep because of those two. They keep going at it. It's every night.
I like to think that chuckle was in character, just ha ha ha, just walking away from Hot Shoes, just dead tired, bags under his eyes.
It's every night.
It has been every night, hasn't it? Oh no.
It's been every night.
Usually Hachu is, slightly taller than your average person. Right now he's, slightly shorter than your average person because he's so tired. Just more of him is laying on the ground.
The last third of him just isn't even slithering, it's just dragging.
Yeah, we'll go get some breakfast while the two lovebirds have fun.
Oh.
Alright, yeah,
this isn't
you guys... The two lust birds.
Yeah, that's more accurate.
Yeah, the two of you find yourselves in what is now, on technically the day after the conference, a much quieter dining hall. Inside it, you're going to find Apples, Percy, and the Japanese guy.
Quick DM, actually.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just going to be Apples then, no Percy. So Apples and the Japanese guy.
Are they
Alright.
sitting together or just apart from each other?
They're just sitting apart from each other.
Okay.
Unless Apples particularly wants to be sitting with him.
Not really, no. Smart types are odd to converse with.
Probably just sit at our own table.
Alright, just have a nice breakfast and then go gather Torin. Or do you want to converse with anyone there?
No.
Don't want to be racist.
Yeah, I'm avoiding Apples after the incident.
That tracks.
The incident.
Oh no, we did a racism.
So now you're going to continue to do a racism by avoiding her? Constantly, like you see her walking down the sidewalk towards you, you go to the other side of the street. Alright, yeah. After a nice, filling breakfast, y'all go back, and I presume you wake up Torin, and I'd assume that by the time you guys are done with breakfast, Pink is done with her business as well.
Yeah, she would
I
have
also
made her way back
put
to her
aside
room.
some toast and bacon, eggs, and stuff for him too.
Alright, bringing him a plate.
That is nice.
Yeah.
What a lad. I wish Desart used to bring me food. Fuck.
I assume.
Putting an impolite amount of food on there.
Oh. It's like a little fucking pyramid.
6 sausages and a little stack.
One pig sausage, and it's got bagels stacked up on it like those child's toys.
Oh my god, you're coming, sorry. Wow.
He's gonna approach, open the door, mostly dress, shirt mostly up, and his eyes are just gonna zero in on the plate.
Morning.
Morning. What's that?
Brought you breakfast.
Oh, Nikos.
Just to remind you guys, your Zeppelin is going to be leaving from the courtyard about noon. So you do have time to do some stuff if you so desire.
Torin is just speechless. He just says, "Oh, Nikos," and then takes the plate like an awe.
Charisma save, don't cry.
You know me too well. Just you one second.
That I do.
Yeah, he disappears that food pretty quick, probably.
Just standing at the doorway eating it?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that sounds in character. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
He hasn't eaten in a while, so yeah, I assume in like 4 or 5 really quick bites, he just chomps the plate down until it's just empty.
Still so baffling.
Yes, seems our affairs are mostly in order here now. We've got a Zeppelin to catch, honestly. That's gonna be cool. Beware, they are. Given my conversation with Rudolph Hess, they're still using hydrogen, so that's a slight concern, but it'll be fine.
Lovely. I'll be curious to see if it affects me as bad as a regular plane does.
From what I've heard, they're very comfortable. It's more like a ship than it is an aircraft.
Okay.
Anyway, should we be going?
Yep, I suppose we should make sure everything's packed.
I have one more thing to do first.
Oh.
Torin is going to take his bathrobe, and he's going to walk over to Pink and Red's room with his bathrobe. Is the door just unlocked?
Yeah. Pink is packing up now, and Red is still geckoing half asleep over his pile of bathrobes.
Torin's gonna just open the door, step in, go, "Hey, Red!"
I...
And he's gonna throw his bathrobe at him, and he's gonna do a finger gun. Then he's
grab
gonna make
it,
and he's gonna leave.
bundle it, start shoving it further down into the little mound that he has.
That was such an unexpected character arc.
It's the hotel's. It's not actually his.
No. I mean Red going for all of everyone's bathrobes was not something that was pre-planned.
So, is Craven going to be on the Zeppelin ride?
The only way to know is to get on the Zeppelin.
I suppose, I believe all of my affairs are in order. Best to leave on a good note, even though the note was...
Alright. Everything packed? Not forgetting anything?
I certainly hope not.
Get back.
Aren't you away forgetting anything?
I'll believe it.
What was that?
I didn't pick up what I said. I don't believe so.
Alright.
Thank you for breakfast, by the way.
No problem. I figured you'd probably be hungry.
Yeah, I burned a lot of calories in the past 12 hours.
He's gonna do that thing where he just has that look on his face, like, oh, jeez.
Alright.
To the Zeppelin!
Fast forward into the Zeppelin then. What be the word, DM?
I am double checking a piece of information.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
Alright, yeah. Transfer us over to the Zeppelin map as you guys, on your way out, stop at the coat check and get all your guns and shit back. Why is it so black?
Very bottom of the screen is the rough layout.
Come on, you can't just say that.
And then the
can
other
even see
page
it.
is the actual like crew quarters and stuff if you want me to put it there as well.
Oh, great.
I can't remember, did we have a passenger deck or no?
Yes.
Yes, let's put them onto the passenger deck then.
Oh, great. Torin's just back there at the coat
Let's see.
check, like, take his knife back, takes his pistol back, takes his other pistol back, takes his Browning back, takes that other knife back. Just like, guys, just tucking them all back away.
Just fully kit up. Oh, DM to place everybody where they need to be.
Oh, is that a policeman? sure. Yeah, you can grab the police. Okay, we'll put them.
Yeah.
They'll, instead of being police, they will be crew. Alright, you guys find yourselves here in the lounge area as one of the crewmen comes in and says, "Everyone, may I have your attention? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Luftschabau Zeppelin, it is my pleasure to welcome you aboard flight number 4 with service to Greenwich, and continuing service to Paris and New York.
Oh.
Federal regulations require that carry-on items are stored in your cabins prior to the closing of the door, and your items may be placed in an overhead compartment or completely under the seat in front of you. Use caution when placing items in or removing them from the overhead compartment, and let us know if we may assist you. In order to expedite the boarding process, please be seated as quickly as possible after storing your carry-on items. Take a moment to review the safety instruction card in your seat pocket. Passengers seated by the windows are also asked to review the exit row seating requirements. If you are seated in a window seat, you may be required to assist the crew in opening the windows in case of an evacuation. If you are unable or unwilling to perform such functions as described on the card, just ask to be reseated. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't think these seats have any pockets in them.
Wait,
reach under the chair and boom, there's the safety card.
Oh, okay.
Was he having a stroke?
I
certainly
don't know.
hope that man is okay.
Let's hope he's not the pilot of this.
Another guy comes around, handing out little menu cards, got some like basic food on it. To everyone. For heading back. Y'all are on the Zeppelin. Why don't you roll me perception checks?
Nice.
Not bad.
Got you?
Ooh.
Nice.
Torin is just ecstatic to be on his Zeppelin.
Looking at everything, like, wow, Zeppelin chairs, wow, Zeppelin tables, wow, Zeppelin walls.
Zeppelin handkerchiefs.
Like, look how everything is constructed. This table is basically made out of balsa wood. Everything is as light as it can possibly be. It's just
Kachu is distracted by Torin's Zeppelining, but Torin, you and Nikos and Apples and Pink all notice the pair of Germans who... why would they be going to Geneva?
like a odd continuation.
Check your DMs, Nikos, for more.
Alright.
Tips never end. The clicking never stops.
Alright.
No! No!
Swiggity swooty. Repeal this ban.
Jesus Christ.
Alright, Apples, roll me deception.
Alright.
Our German friends over there seem to be watching us.
No.
That's an 11.
I mean, I guess to now, given your previous thing, roll with advantage. You are dressed up as a nun.
Oh yeah. 16.
Yeah, despite what you actually are, you are you are certainly acting innocent.
Just got her little
yeah,
legs
she's-
swaying off the floor, just kind of.
Torin looks at the Germans. He's not trying to act like he isn't. He's just like looking at them like, what?
As you look at him, you as you look at him, you kind of make eye contact with the winged guy. Did we decide if he's a demon or a tiefling?
He is a tiefling, very special tiefling, but a tiefling.
Yeah, you make eye contact with a very special tiefling for a prolonged amount of time before the two strike up some monotonous conversation in German with each other that you can't understand.
The prequel to the children's book, The Very Angry German.
It's a very magic mustache, man.
Yeah, well, think about it, Nikos. They are kind of watching us, and they know we know. So, I mean, that makes me a little bit nervous, I suppose. Okay, well, I need to see more of this thing.
Those would be good to go around and stretch the legs a bit.
Yes, I would like to tour this. This is an amazing machine. And, yeah.
Yeah, Torin's just gonna go everywhere where, I mean, he can go.
Anyone going with him, or is it just Torn?
I'll tag along with him.
Yeah, I'm sitting awkwardly by the stable by myself.
Okay, where are you guys going? Y'all got a map.
Out the window.
Let me go. So this is the cabin quarters, and then if you look at the map on this page at the very bottom, passenger decks, cabin crew section, which is mostly for obviously the crew, the command crew. So kind of, I don't know, DM, how restricted to access would they be?
They'd be able to go back to the cargo section, and like I assume the crew section has like signs saying staff only beyond this point for sections of it, but there is like a hallway to get back to the cargo section so passengers can get stuff from their luggage.
Alright.
Same with going forward to the command section. Although there might be a guy posted to turn passengers away.
So we can use this, and then I can reveal the specific area or wing that they want to go to.
Torin legit, he kind of wants to go to the command section and just start asking everyone questions.
Oh boy. Alright.
I don't think they're gonna let you, but you can try.
I mean, yeah, finding your way to the entryway to the command section, you come across a guard who tells you that no passengers are allowed beyond this point.
Yes, of course, sir. But you see, I'm a curator at a museum in Boston, and I'm actually very technologically inclined. I've always had a fascination with machinery and modern technology, and this is something else. I would love the chance to better understand and observe its inner workings.
Roll me persuasion.
Nat 20!
Damn.
He just has that light in his eyes, like his eyes are just gleaming with hope and joy.
You can
He's
see
another good pilot himself too. None of
the other
Zeppelin's
two of
fun.
you can see in this guard's face oh god, it's another fucking nerd. Very well. Do please do not disturb any of the crew while they are at their work. This is going to be a rather short flight for us, and we need to be more attentive than normal.
Of course now. I'll just observe. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You have a good day.
Up towards the middle of the map is the command crew section.
Oh, I see.
And the section below that is cabin crew, no, cargo section, or maintenance crew, and then the section above that should be the cabin crew. Yeah. I remember my layout.
Yeah, so you guys are up.
Yeah, Torn's just gonna literally observing everything, anything.
Roll me perception check.
Rather tight back here.
Catwalks. Ooh.
Yeah, catwalks. As you're walking down the hall, you overhear from the room over here on your, kind of on the top of the screen, Morse code messages being sent and received.
So, yeah, he's not looking to get into trouble or anything. He's just. Can he get to the gondola?
Roll me perception first.
A 10.
Yeah, after wandering around for a little bit, I think you can find your way to the gondola. Is the rest of the party coming too?
I would, but there's a snake in my way.
Snake?
And it's too tight to
yeah.
walk around him.
Well, you can't occupy the same space he can?
No! We can only do that with Torn because he's small.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do that with you because you're a giant fucking snake man.
As the two of you-
command room, correct?
Yeah, but first, I want the two of you to roll me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Perceptione.
Damn.
Nice.
Dang, Nikos. He's listening. Hatchet.
Oh, sorry.
The perception.
No.
Oh.
Hachu, you are also amazed by Zeppelin.
I probably haven't been
Nikos.
on one before.
I don't think any of you have. Nikos
Probably
DM?
not. Yes.
I almost wrote the wrong word. It'd been very funny if I'd gone through with it.
No! Stop that!
Oh,
Yes.
interesting. Okay.
As we can transition, do we have a gondola? Command gondola?
Hold on,
we
hold on.
do, yeah.
Don't transition quite yet.
Damn.
Our German friends behind us.
That's good to know. That's actually really bad to know. You know, I'm glad I have my guns again, I suppose.
I think using those in here is a very, very bad idea.
You might be right.
Might be?
Hey, just don't shoot up.
I'm just gonna look back when Nico says that.
Oh.
Looking back, you roll me a perception check.
15.
Looking back, you see the tiefling arguing with the crewman who let you through.
I wanna see the gondola. I wanna see how they move this thing.
All right.
Let's switch on over here. Gondola is in the bottom left.
What? A gondola. Gotcha.
The gondola. It's piloted by goblins. No.
No, that's the gauntlet. That's the goblindola.
Goblindola.
We're low on people for crew, and I don't want to place a ton. Can we have an icon for a captain?
Yeah, we'll use.
Yeah, put Rudolf Hessen again.
The fireman as our captain. He's wearing a cool air marshal hat or something.
Yeah, he's directing people around. There's a couple of guys back here plotting things on charts. There's a couple of guys on this wheel over here controlling elevation. A couple guys over here on this wheel controlling direction, and there's another officer over here keeping track of something else.
Yep. Torrin's gonna walk over and like stand like kind of quietly here, just looking at everything.
I'm just here to watch.
Specifically to obtain mechanical operation. He's eyeballing cages, freaking.
Roll me stealth.
He isn't necessarily trying to be stealthy, but
I figure he's trying to do the blend into the background thing, which I can't think of being anything other than stealth.
fair. A 9. Yeah, the kobold and the hoplite standing there definitely don't look like crew.
4. Yeah.
Roll me a 4. Roll me a perception check, Torin.
Is this in regards to people in the room or the
Equipment in the room.
Okay. That's going to be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It looks a lot like you kind of expected. Reading some things about having read some things about Zeppelins in the past, where you have a elevation control wheel that adjusts the propellers vertically and one that adjusts the rudders horizontally. You have a couple guys running a plot to track the location of the Zeppelin, and another guy doing some kind of radio navigation. Captain seems to be overseeing it all, and it appears that their number 3 engine seems to be having some difficulties. It's not liking to throttle up, and they were pretty focused on that until you kind of showed up and stood there bright orange as you are. Excuse me, sir. Please, why are you here?
See, I'm a curator with so I know mechanical stuff. I'm just really interested. I'm observing.
You know How well do you know mechanical stuff?
Fairly well. My job back at Boston primarily was restoring machinery. I'm pretty good at. Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I did learn how. On Ecos, I learned how to fly that 4-engine plane in like 3 days.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Why do you ask?
Because apparently it isn't listed anywhere. Would you by any chance know anything about a LZ100 series engine throttle assembly?
What would I?
I guess it's gonna be pure int, isn't it, Nox?
Yeah, that'd be straight intelligence to see if that's something he's ever read about. Set whatever DC you want on that one.
Alright, do you have any arguments as to why he would know more or less about a series of German-made Zeppelin engines?
Specifically because of an interest in Zeppelins.
You know one engine, you know them all. They're all alike,
Give it a
right?
+1 when you roll it.
They are kind of the same engines.
Okay,
roll-
so this is gonna apply the Know Thy Craft buff. as well.
You know, you feed it gas, it goes burr. Everything's all the same,
He's
right?
using Know Thy Craft, I'm so happy.
So that's technically a 27.
Jesus.
As a matter of fact, I do. The specific assembly was made in.
He just starts fucking. It's like he's reading the book.
Would you mind helping us with it? Our number 3 engine is having some problems at the moment. Nothing that is stopping us from carrying on with the journey, but it would be nice to have its full responsiveness.
Yes, of course.
And then Torrin's gonna look back up at Nico's, like the fucking kid that gets to like ride on the train face.
Yes, of course. I can look at it right away.
Yeah, he's gonna like reach up and like make a phone call, and a guard's gonna, like I said, a crewman is gonna come and kind of stare at you a little confusedly and escort you 3 over to what would be an engine nacelle. They're gonna be this up here, Max. Ox?
Yeah,
They
it would
got
be.
him.
Sorry, I was
Okay.
muted, didn't realize. Yeah, up there would be your space.
Take a crewman. Who's gonna take you out on it? You're gonna do some crawling through tight spaces.
How do you not want to stay back up there?
Just slithering through it. Just
Dude, those nacelle guys were insane. If you ever look into it,
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
it was horrible.
stare up at both of you like what? Slithering on the floor.
He's on his belly, not having any trouble getting through the tight spaces. You guys are crawling.
I will say it is a little narrow, but I got this.
Lucky you.
You guys get kind of outside more. It's chilly and cold as wind is rushing past you. The crewman comes over and kind of directs you to a little section in the nacelle that contains the throttle assembly, and then he tells you that he's going to go back into the main housing of the Zeppelin and cut off fuel flow so that you can work on it easier. They're going to power the engine down. Do please take a look at it while it is running so you can help diagnose it.
Yes, of course. This is. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Kind of swing around the outside of the little walk to get around you guys and make his way off sides.
As excited as he is, Torrin's kind of like, the fuck? Are they just letting me do this? Like,
You really seem to know your stuff.
with that, you said it was what, a 27? Yeah, they're just letting you do this.
oh yes, this guy is a Zeppelin mechanic. Of course.
What luck!
Oh god.
It's like, do we have any doctors on board? No, we have mechanics. That's exactly what this is.
It's like how it's like that time that or like how when the Titanic sank, its designer just so happened to be aboard.
God.
Oops.
And half of the investors.
All right, number 3. Left or right?
It's gonna. Well, I mean, this is all considered this one assembly with the like engine going this way. So you guys are coming out from the side, and this is forward this way, and that's aft.
This is gonna be horrendously unpleasant in here, I assume, given the size of the engines and the limitations of the space. It's yeah, I guess we'll see.
So
Why
it's
don't
gonna
you
get
guys
even tighter?
push yourselves more into the engine to sell, and then roll me perception checks.
21.
That's
21.
that's
21.
15.
Also 21.
Yeah, we're doing
21.
that.
2 21s and a 15? Alright.
You said that's a 21 for you. Oh, a 15 for you, Torin.
If it's about engines, it's a 15. If it's about something else, it's an 8.
All right. That is not who I meant to grab. You're focused on the engine, Torin. You can tell that it seems that one of the like roller pins that the mechanical throttle is on seems to be bent somehow. And you figure once the engine's shut off and it stops actuating, you can probably get your way in there to bend it around. In the process of being able to get to a position where you can access it, you're like pulling off panels and stuff to be able to get to things. Handing them to Nikos, who's I'm assuming handing them to Hachu. Nikos and Hachu, you two on the other hand, as you're kind of alternating between watching Torin and desperately trying to not look down through the hollow grating that shows the Vienna Alps and the Austrian Alps below you. You look back, kind of hoping to see the actual crewman engineer come back, and you instead see a tiefling and a German person.
Torin, the Germans are back.
Why?
For context,
The Germans are here.
the other German is a satyr female.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds sexual.
The model doesn't show it.
There's no feet there to tell.
Yeah, I know.
So. Or ears, or horns.
Yeah. It's all under the helmet.
They're making their way up. Slowly.
This Torin's gonna like stand there, like he's not throwing his head back into the engine right now.
You guys do have all this area as a play space, by the way. You don't have to just be on the catwalk. Once you're in the nacelle, you have like the whole nacelle.
Hachu just gonna be in the hole.
Rolls himself up, goes sideways, blocks it.
Yeah, Torin's just kind of waiting. It's been spotted. Like it's like. What...
Out of the way, Snake. We need to talk to your master.
Excuse you?
Out of the way.
Ask me a different way and I'll move out the way.
You Americans and your insistence on this politeness. Please move out of the way so we can speak with your master.
Not my master, but good enough.
They kind of push you out of the way a little bit, Hachu, a little bit rude and aggressive. And they come up to you, Torin, kind of look you up and down, and then the woman asks you, "Where is it? We know you have it.
Where is what?
You know what it is. What you took from the exhibition."
I didn't take anything from the exhibition. I know someone else did.
Roll me deception.
Deception. I'm bad at these. I love this.
Ooh. Deception.
A 3.
Deception.
Oh,
Get decepted. He's good at decepting.
They look at each other and they look at you again and say, "You know, we can have this whole Zeppelin turned around in 5 minutes. Tell us where you had it and we'll take it back with us. Take it to Germany where it belongs."
What is it?
You know, you took the staff.
Does it look like I have a staff on me? Does it look like I have any sort of carry on that could fit a staff taller than I am?
Why do you think we are asking you where you hid it? Stupid kobold.
I don't appreciate that tone.
And I don't appreciate priceless artifacts being stolen by some American.
Excuse me. Weren't you trying to steal shit there too?
All those artifacts rightfully belong to Germany.
So wait a minute. You think that that I stole something, or you could steal something, and therefore you're upset?
Why would we need to steal it? Austria is German, soon it will join the Greater Reich.
I mean,
As all Germans will. From here all the way to the Volga.
it's a very ambitious goal, sir. You're kind of betting on a future. And just seemingly justifying your actions based on your bet of that future.
don't hold your breath.
Just realized it didn't actually switch over when I told it to. There we go.
So tell me where you hid it. We are simply taking it back to its rightful owner.
Torn's gonna like lean over a little and like look at Nikos.
The winged tiefling kind of extends his wing to prevent you from looking at Nikos. No, I'm talking to you right now, not him.
I'm sorry, this is we appear to be at an impasse because I can't give you what you want, and even if I could, I don't think I would. So,
Plus, I think there's been a misunderstanding. We didn't take anything.
Roll me deception.
Yep. My deception is also not good. Let's go to even worse. Yeah.
Christ.
The tiefling kind of looks between you two very suspiciously. The satyr seems to believe you, Nikos.
Damn. What a shame.
Only the best.
You know, for some reason, I don't believe you. It's almost like I can't imagine you. What are you, Greek? You Greeks are not exactly the most trustworthy people. So, do tell me, where on this Zeppelin have you hidden it?
Nowhere.
I do not want to have to go through the effort of presenting my identification and having the Zeppelin turned around. It would require quite a lot of paperwork, given how many dignitaries are still aboard.
So
And all that paperwork would be for nothing.
there's nothing on the Zeppelin.
Roll persuasion.
20.
Nice.
Damn.
Torrent's getting frustrated.
Perhaps you have hidden it somewhere in Vienna then. If that was the case, then maybe we should turn this whole Zeppelin around and make our way all the way to Prince Albert Street. Yeah?
Torrent's
Now
gonna
come.
look at Nikos again.
Why don't you roll me a history check on that, Torin?
Yeah. A 20.
Alright, I'm gonna DM you. No, it's not like you can go anywhere in the meantime. Come on, Kameraden. We will go and speak with the captain. I suppose at the end of the day, the paperwork is going to be worth it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
So you're going
Besides, he
to
asked
tell
us
us
to
where you
help
have hidden it?
fix the engine.
Yes, the engine currently isn't functioning. I'm fixing it.
Well, then you can fix it on the way to Berlin.
Yeah, we're not going to Berlin.
Oh, what makes you say that? Where are you going to go?
Where this Zeppelin is going. That's where we're going.
Are you playing games with me? We are going to Berlin now.
No, you see, I'm trying to say that if you try to turn this Zeppelin around and take us to Berlin, I will kill you.
Roll intimidation. At a disadvantage. He's very racist.
Damn.
No shit. Yeah.
A 10.
He's going to look at you. I'm sure you may try, but that will only justify our actions. And they're going to start heading back down the crawlway.
Where do you think you're going?
Where do you think? To tell the captain we are going to Berlin. He would not dare defy me.
Where are you exactly?
Docs, we don't have a name for this guy, right?
We do
Yeah, you don't really
not.
look that impressive, really.
That's just rude.
Torrent's gonna look back at
I'm desperately
I might have
resisting. No, I'm gonna say it.
I might have a name here to stand by.
Nah, I'm gonna say it. Find one for the satyr because this is Herr Flick of the SS.
Oh, fuck's sake.
This is hair flick. All right.
Torrance is gonna look back at Nico speak.
That's street he mentioned. That's where the SSHQ is, Nico's.
Oh boy.
Do we kill him now?
I mean,
I think we kill him now.
it'd be rather hard to explain, wouldn't it?
It would be very hard to explain. Excuse me, can you come back here so we can kill you?
Hey.
Would you kindly?
roll me persuasion.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
That seems like far more work. I think I'm going to continue on. Tell me, what color would you like your shackles?
Cast Dimension Door underneath the Tiefels. Under both of them.
Dimension door to where?
Outside of the foot of the Zeppelin.
You do that?
I can see it!
He did see the outside when he approached it. I think that requires a dex save.
It does require a dex save.
If it's on an unwilling creature, if I don't know, double check the spell.
It's just.
It's supposed to be 17?
We'll withhold my previous statement there, DM, and I'll let you handle this.
No, she's showing up right as this is happening.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, shit. A page went away. Damn it.
As the door opens, just whoosh, whoosh, fucking air and wind everywhere.
It's like when the emergency door pops off the side of an airliner at like 20,000 feet. Just
No. There's already air everywhere on the catwalk.
Yeah.
Because it's partially open. There's like a windshield for it.
Yeah.
But it's like open, and you guys, because they're doing maintenance on it, they're only doing like 40 miles an hour right now.
Oh my gosh. That's one hell of a save DC.
Oh, tell me about it. Alright, yeah, so much for that combat encounter.
Enjoy your trip!
Oh.
Mind the gap.
I'm gonna DM you something real quick, DM.
Dude, did you just... That was brilliant. Oh. Oh,
Oh,
I don't know what to do with all this adrenaline. I was ready to go.
That works.
Oh. Wait, didn't that guy have wings?
He did.
All three of you roll me perception.
19.
14.
Torin?
Yeah, 19.
Or sorry.
Hachi.
I can't say Hachu's name. I was about to say your real name, and then I was about to say Nassau.
He has it on his tag anyway, so.
You got 3 of them, so like, I mean, you'll get one of them right. You got a 33% chance.
You're like a dad when he has more than 3 kids. John, Jimmy, James, Jack, Jalen, Hump, you! Number 5.
You!
Yeah, the three of you see them falling out. The winged tiefling can indeed fly, but he's too busy going after to save his partner. At the very least, he does seem to be loyal to his team.
There's that at least, but...
Well, that's an issue.
As you guys look up from them falling down to see Apple staring down the walkway at you.
A very enamored, sort of furrowed brow look, hands just idly at her sides.
Did you, how much of that did you see?
Enough.
Nicholas, you go talk to her. I can't do this. I have an engine of
No, I did.
Okay.
I'll turn around. I didn't see anything.
Thank you.
Good luck with that.
They're accusing us of stealing the staff, by the way.
Well, maybe you did steal the staff if you're willing to vacuum people out of a Zeppelin, you know?
Fair enough.
Well, some of them have wings, so they may not be dead, but...
You realize one of them was definitely a caster of some sort? Are you sure they're gonna die from that?
I don't know, but they're off the Zeppelin.
They're gonna be looking for missing crew now.
They were crew.
You know what I mean, passengers.
No, it's either that or we kill them.
Or just maybe use the magic that some of you have? Make them forget? Warp memory?
I can't do anything like that.
Do some of you have that?
No.
How'd
Not
you
me.
do that?
She gives a
Not-
little bit of a sparkly finger motion, almost like she's gesturing that she has the spell. And then her sparkle fingers kind of turn into a middle finger, and she kind of shakes her head, turns around, and just gives a little bit of a
Late to the
wave.
party.
If you need me, I'll be in my room. Just, I don't... You're drawing a lot of attention. She'll close the door and step out.
All right. Roll me sleight of hand.
I can't. I just whoosh at him. 17.
Damn, nice.
Fast tracking the Zeppelin fight. Do you have a bonus for toolkit or anything?
I don't. I should by this point, but I don't.
I thought you had a toolkit. Oh well, I think that's going to be enough to get it mostly working better.
Alright, it's good to go.
All right. Well,
There a
let's
phone
go back
here?
then.
Or just... Nah, we'll probably... Yeah, just go back and talk to the captain anyway. Putting all the panels back. A little bit giddy with glee, having gotten to work on a machine of this magnitude.
Good
Look,
lord.
I'm being honest, Banish would have taken too long, so... I could have cast it on both of them. I got 3 spell slots for it, so...
You realize it's a almost instantaneous spell. You just gotta maintain concentration.
See, it says minute casting time, so I didn't really...
You gotta hold it for a minute for it to work. I mean that that works
I
too.
could just do it again, so...
Oh god. That works though.
And I don't even have to be next to him. I could just see him from 120 feet away.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how I didn't even see that coming, but
Dimension door.
yeah.
I did see it coming. I didn't see a spell save DC of 17 coming.
That's just what it is now. Yeah, that's what my spell DC save is, yeah.
So I have a ruling question on banishment, actually. It says it returns to where it was banished from. How does that apply to a moving object?
It
Like a
stays on a
Zeppelin.
moving object.
Oh, they say...
Okay.
If it has velocity when it's banished, it maintains the velocity as it would have when it's returning.
Okay.
At the same
Which could be
altitude
used for
it
some
was at
very-
as well.
Which could be used for some very Looney Tunes moments.
Yeah.
But that's for the future. Yeah. The rest of the flight goes pretty
Uneventful.
as it were. As those 2 poor SS officers are now finding themselves in the mountains of Austria, having to find their way back to civilization. And you guys are going to definitely make it to Geneva. Captain thanks you for your help. Gives you a voucher for a free ride on one of their Zeppelins in future on any of their routes. and you guys are going to be arriving in, I'm going to say Greenwich, in Geneva. If I remember right, Swinton was going to meet them in Geneva with the plane, right?
Yep, he was gonna meet him there with the Wondrous Company plane to pick him up as quickly as possible from disembarking to step out again.
All right, yeah. So much for the Zeppelin fight.
Alright. Zeppelin fight goes well, then, yeah. Holy shit, alright.
I would have been nasty in constrained quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like gunshots and lots of yelling and like explosives probably wouldn't be a good idea. Why not just toss them out the damn thing?
Yeah, that makes sense. So how do you want to step from here, DM, or...
Yeah, I believe we go back to the main screen because we don't have like a Geneva set. So
We do not.
you guys get to your arrival point. Because those two aren't set to disembark until America to begin with. They're not going to be noticed missing yet, especially without any fighting. You guys disembarked. Your luggage is all offloaded. Like I said, you have that voucher now for a free Zeppelin trip on Luftschiffenbau Zeppelin. Gbunga.
Yeah, Torrance keeping that. Free Zeppelin ride ticket.
And thank you for your offered maintenance. After you guys from there, I'm assuming Geneva was a modern city. I assume it has a streetcar network that you guys can hop on and take to the aerodrome where you find your plane sitting parked with Swinton. And we can hand over DM ship. Or cut here. It's up to you guys.
I'd like to keep going if
I do
I'd plan to keep
have another 40 minutes to an hour of stuff. That will be most of the debrief. If you guys want to fast forward back to Greenwich and complete this session with a debrief.
Why don't you do the debrief on the plane?
I mean,
I feel
yeah,
more
I
appropriate for
figured
how everything's
we
set
would
up.
Like Swinton's
probably
here on the plane.
do that on
Yeah.
the plane because he's here.
Alright.
What else are we going to talk about for the flight?
That's a good point. Alright.
Not tossing anybody else out of an aircraft.
If everyone wants to get some drinks and do your stuff, I gotta switch around a couple things on the stream to put me back in the hot seat then.
All right.
He is assuming direct control.
I'm taking control
Assuming
again.
direct control.
I
This is
strip
like-
you of your DM.
No! No! It's okay. I'll have control over you and bully you tomorrow again anyway.
We've been see about that fucking dimension door.
Dimension door opens up, they're just flying through the air.
That was the
Feast
dirtiest
of Sun.
fucking way to get out of combat I have seen in a minute from you guys. I am both proud and ashamed of you.
That's
Same.
amazing.
Yeah.
Torin was one
Why do you have
second
to
away
be
from
like? Do you
just
think any of
pouncing
them
on
have
that guy.
dimension door?
And
I'm like,
any of them
well, I
fly
mean,
back.
one's got wings, so that might be an issue.
Yeah, Nox DM'd me like, one of them has wings, and I was like, well, first of all, he rolled a 2. Second of all, the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of an issue.
Also,
Just
we are going like 40 miles an hour. I don't know what the average fly speed is. That might pose a
With one
problem
engine
too.
down, probably closer to
Yeah.
40. At max power, like 75. or-
Regardless, he's tumbling pretty hardcore. Just. This will totally not come back later.
Oh, no
they're
doubt.
they're gonna show up as villains and for the rest of the
I
Yeah,
mean,
you guys
they're
now have
SS,
an
of course they
file,
are.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Like,
I'm gonna keep dimensioning a door them every single time I see him. Just
Team rockets them every time.
they keep falling for the same trap.
Okay.
Funny
within
running.
like 400 feet of me. So like, if I can see him, if I can roll a good enough perception on him, I can dimension door them further away every single time.
That would be a funny gag to get going.
Good
At the
lord.
end, they're like, please just let us talk to you!
About your car's extended warranty!
I don't have a car.
SS are blasting off again!
Italians continue to be the main villains, as SS is the comedic relief.
I mean, yeah.
It might work. Two of us have a deep hatred of the Italians more so than the Germans.
I still can't believe that word.
I'm a bit surprised as well.
Saber is so salty, I could hear it.
I mean, I could have rules lawyered some way to get them out of it or something, but like that's a fair cop.
Look, the other way around was that they were going to get banished. So, like, I don't. Would you have them come back as recurring villains, or they're just gone entirely? Oh.
I mean, they might have survived.
Yeah.
In like a hell dimension, but yeah.
Oh, he's a tiefling. It's where he's from.
Oh, he'll be fine then.
Yeah, they'll be able to find their way back.
Find where that is. I gotta find some of my stuff.
Find the tiefling hell dimension.
Oh no, that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother situation. Where did
I can't wait for Peter to be the one that the SS is like assaulting. He's just like, "Who are you? What is this? What?"
Alrighty, so once everybody is ready, let me know and we will advance to, you guys all sitting down inside your super cozy plane. It's a nice quiet ride. We have Swinton sitting, across from two of you while you're all just kind of standing by, back to your, usual good old selves and situation. Very comfortable, familiar territory once again. Swinton is sitting back a little. It looks like he's trying harder to be casual, and he's sipping his tea a little bit quicker than usual, but he hasn't really spoken too much other than the regular formal greetings and hellos as you guys boarded the plane.
Torrance
Is
smoking a
everything
Lucky
all
Strike
right?
and having whiskey on the rocks.
He kind of looks at his tea, sips it again, sets the teacup down on a little saucer on the table, kind of leans forward some, putting his hands in a ball. Well, this has been both very rewarding and very, enlightening, but in a way that opens more questions and concerns. However, it's good to see you all have arrived and nothing was burnt down. So,
Well, we did have a bit of a encounter on the Zeppelin.
oh, well, I suppose first things first, do tell.
The two Germans there, I believe he said his name was Herr Flick of the SS.
They were SS, yeah.
There was SS on
We
the
didn't get the
Zeppelin.
Yes.
we didn't get the other one's name.
They questioned you? Does this mean you were thought suspicious in Vienna?
Yes, apparently. They suspected us of stealing the staff. Not the one that, we actually stole, but the other one.
Oh, so you did successfully... Okay. Wait, another item was stolen?
Yes, but we didn't do that. Someone else did.
Who?
I don't know.
He kind of squints just a little bit. Roll deception.
Why can't I find it? Oh, there it is.
It's just consistently
God damn
failing
it.
deception
He
roll.
squints at you a little bit harder, and he looks over at you, Nikos.
I don't know. And I actually don't know because I didn't see her take it.
Kind of looks over at Hachu to get a read on you.
Like what? I didn't say anything.
What was the other item that was stolen, and who do you believe stole it?
What was the other? I'm forgetting the name of it. The staff of what now?
Staff of Prospero.
The staff of Prospero was stolen. And not by the Germans. I know it wasn't the Germans.
Then who was
Raven,
it?
maybe?
The person helped us out. It was a whole deal. So they're kind of the reason we were able to complete our task. And they kind of took their own winnings.
You mean you collaborated with someone else so that you could steal our objective while they stole the staff?
Yeah, you could put it that way. That's how it went.
If you tell me it was the nun or Captain Percy, we may have to have words on that.
Oh dear, why?
You understand Captain Percy works for the SOE. I was aware of the reputation of a specific nun, but I didn't think she was that nun. And now that you point this out, it makes, well... I suppose you're worthy of commendation. I can't be mad. You are bridging the gap with OSS and SOE cooperative efforts, I suppose.
I mean, I don't get why we're so antagonistic with them. We work for the same government.
We're not
Well, they did kick our
antagonistic.
ass.
They're antagonistic with us. But
Yeah.
the fact
Some
that...
good graces.
I mean, the point still stands.
By the way, the head of the staff that we stole should be arriving in the mail sometime in the next week or two. We had some death blacksmiths mail it.
You... But...
So that's how you hit it. Okay.
You know, there could be worse ways to get it in our hands, so that's... Once again, you have chosen the most unorthodox way of not only bridging a gap with the SOE and what seems to be a renowned thief, but also sending it in one of the most inconspicuous and possibly unsafe ways that nobody would dare think it would be transported.
Yeah, of course. Never mind the fact that we obtained it by, starting a fight with Craven's bodyguard because I stole his pomade.
I will not pry further into how you got this to work. The question I need to know is, other than your co-conspirators of the Goblin and Captain Percy, does anyone else know, or were they involved?
No, I don't think anyone else knew, really.
And you can
aside from-
trust that your co-conspirators will not, perhaps, root you out or give information.
Well, I mean, she knows that we know that she took it, so in theory, if she sold us out, it would be like mutually assured. That hasn't happened yet. It would be very bad for both of us.
Very well.
But those SS officers that we dimension-doored out of the Zeppelin, they could be a problem.
Well, let's hope they died on impact. Do you happen to remember which officers they were?
No one had wings.
You see a hand go up to his chin, and it slowly slides up over his face and his eyes, and he rubs his temples with his pinky and his thumb. Not the devil tiefling.
Mm-hmm. The other was a satyr.
Officer Flick. The devil tiefling, the one in the green German uniform.
That would be him.
Okay. I have further debriefings to do with my higher-ups once we get back. Very well. In the next day or so, I will require a full written statement and debriefing from each of you. No rush, but once we get back to Greenwich, I will need a full statement from each of you of what went down and what you decided to do the last 3 days, so that I may submit reports higher and we can get the appropriate names that need to be watched underway, and so on and so forth. Okay, moving on to the next item. Oh?
We may be allied with the Pink Gang now. Maybe.
There were a lot of negotiations that took place,
I
one could
understand
say.
you may have shared your room with Pink quite a few times, Torn.
How's Hachi reacting to that?
I just start glaring at him.
You know, every night. Every night.
Every night?
This
Mm-hmm.
morning.
Yeah, it's every night, all right.
Hmm. Well, let's hope that puts them in our good graces, and perhaps the Pink Gang will find themselves a little more cooperative to work with us in the future.
If I'm involved, I'm sure. I'm sure that might be a possibility.
Okay.
Poor guy.
He starts writing additional notes on a notepad. He gets up after a couple moments, walks over, and has what looks like a relatively fresh, shorter record. Doesn't have any label or any markings on it. And he sets it in the record player, turns it,
It's the wax cylinder.
starts turning it on. We had it transferred into multiple records so that it can be dispersed as need be. You may wish to make yourselves comfy, as the information we have gathered, thanks to your prying endeavor into his room, has given us a rather foreboding message. Seems to be a recording of his, Craven, that is, that we can assume is not too old. I'll play it for you, as I had to listen to it multiple times myself. And he'll, reach over, put the little lever on it as it starts to spin, and it starts kind of grainy, and you hear a little bit of scooting and a little bit of shuffling, and you hear Craven's voice come over it. They will try to kill you. Something I learned early on in my life when serving under Mr. Levencroft. Everyone, every being, every entity will try to kill you, and all others in a futile grasp for what little power they think your life and any other is somehow denying them. The average man, kobold, goblin, dragon, deity, god, will kill you to keep what little grasp they have on their power. And what is done with all this scattered, fragrant power? It's squandered and wasted. Men will hoard measly treasure into coin and to gods who barely grant them scraps of lifelong service. These ramblings may seem pointless, but I need to focus on this. This is my endeavor. This is my mission. But it's hoarded. It's wasted away. Unlimited potential and cosmic power is allowed to become sedentary, stagnant even, and inevitably lost by dragons and gods who allow constructs and structures like the Veil, the bridge between realms, the pantheons to restrict and control what they could unleash. Things put in place simply by larger and more powerful entities who are so large, so great, so powerful they could reshape all existence on a whim, even create new ones. There's no greater loss of potential, no more tragic a failure of care, no worse a disservice than that of Asgaroth, the eldest of dragons, greatest of existence. And they simply sleep. They sleep, when so much of what they created is wronged and corrupted? They allow the existence and the pursuit of power to be fuel for the minds of those who have greater initiative than they. They, them. They chuckle at our plight and self-destruction to achieve on scraps of power under them, and... But, unlike common men and lesser deities who strive for this power within these false barriers, these existences imposed on them by those aforementioned deities rife with sloth and stagnancy, killing within these confines and walls, constricting what power they grant us. No, I will change this. I will make it known that we are not limited to the restrictions and whim of the gods we rely upon. We kobolds come from dragons originally, as a mindless rabble and slave force. Are growing with the third generation of kobolds only to be used as the same cattle and rabble and discrepancies not even counted on ledgers of losses. Like ammunition just fired into the void. Not one kobold listed as a lost. No, not one of my company even mentioned in a single after-action report. No, we are of dragons. We're of the original creators of these walls and barriers that existence allows itself to fall within. I will not allow this to continue. I do not seek power, I do not seek higher strength, because I do not want it for myself. I will attain power for all, by removing the veils, removing the barriers, removing the restrictions on our capacity to utilize true power. And to achieve this, I must first find where the true villain of existence resides. The creator of this existence, Asgarath. The dragon of dragons, the ninefold wheel, the primordial originator. He who allows the senses killing for scraps of power among us common rabble. It is through his power, his existence, that the need to gain true power for all others within these barriers in the way will give those with the greatest ambition and will and capacity to truly know power, and perhaps all the inevitable killing that will come with the pursuit of this power will finally know purpose and true value. I, Craven Asgaranthus Antonucci, second generation kobold of the Asgarathian dragon line of celestial dragons, will provide all existence with the power they should be deserving, and the respect and weight that is deserving of those who pursue the power we are denied. Fimbulwinter shall give way to the next fold. Already this great endeavor is being prepared, poised on a knife's edge, and with my influence and assistance, the world shall be witness to Fimbulwinter soon. A reckoning like no other, a war of proportion the world will never know again. Through this war, Asgarath shall be no more, and the veil torn asunder permanently. Shall the 10th fold become manifest, that all power will be achievable to those who will kill to achieve it. And the record cuts.
I knew he was mad.
I'm gonna down the rest of my wine.
I knew it.
Well,
speech.
that
Just a-
was...
Oh, I should have killed him back in Vienna.
We
killed him.
are already having our highest historians and archivists dig up everything they can about Fimbulwinter and some of what he's alluded to. However, we're rather unknowing of exactly what the 9th and 10th fold are in reference to. Perhaps some further magic that we haven't fully grasped onto yet, but from what I know offhand, Fimbulwinter is the Norse mythology of the coming of the end times, the development of wars before all that we know is destroyed.
He's spurned, and he's wrong.
I can't help but feel partially at fault for his extremism. It was myself and Levencroft Sr. who specifically sent his company on that charge that none returned from.
Oh god, what? Wait. Excuse me?
During the Great War, Levencroft Sr., myself, and Percy were but young ensigns and lieutenants in charge of a rifle company of conscripted and otherwise collected Canadian would-be criminals and majority kobolds who weren't even granted appropriate uniforms, let alone equipment and weaponry. We were tasked with charging the line and making a break so that the actual Canadian troops behind us could continue to pursue through.
Torin is gripping his glass very tightly.
Despite both mine and Swinton's attempts to deny this and delay it, our hands were forced to send a charge, and our kobold officer, a young ensign at the time, Ensign Antonucci, Craven, was forced to be the officer to lead that charge, as company-grade officers like ourselves were not allowed to go over the top. After all was said and done, we did manage to find him, wounded, but alive. If it wasn't for Craven, the charge wouldn't have worked at all. However, we may have hid from him the fact of how ineffective it was and how grave the losses were. Him and Percy did not take lightly to the information when they would find it out later, and would come to leave our intellectual circle that we had made for ourselves. Torn, you may find this as a little bit of a surprise, but, well, Levencroft Sr., a Private Ambrose that we knew, myself, Jack Percy, and Craven were the 5 original founders of the Boston Museum and research efforts. But upon the full realization, years after the war had ended, Percy went on his own ways and found himself back among the hierarchy of intelligence seeking with the SOE. Craven disappeared from our contact and knowledge to go to Italy, where only recently has he shown back up on our map, as it were.
Oh yeah, that's something.
So, bear with me here. Torin is going to finish the rest of the whiskey in his glass. And then he's gonna fucking throw it at Swinton.
His hand goes up and he tries to block it with his forearm, and it smashes against him, and just he smashes a hand down on the side of the record player. Torn.
You don't think I needed? I could have used this information. You don't think I needed to know this?
You realize I have higher-ups who decide what I can tell you, and as the head of our small foundation, I don't exactly just go against what Levencroft Sr. says. It was his request I not show you everything.
I don't know what to say. This is all terrible.
Yes, it is.
Craven is wrong.
You
are wrong. Everyone here is wrong.
I fail to see how I am wrong in this matter.
Yeah. I don't know.
Levencroft allowed me to step away from our original group so I can continue serving Her Majesty's crown. He kept me out of a lot of information I too would have liked to know, including your upbringing, the actions of Levencroft Jr., and his continued knowledge of Craven. He seemed to not think I needed to know that Craven was slipping further away, and he tried to take it upon himself to keep correspondence with him. Once he lost that, Levencroft, in his own way, took it upon himself.
What, you mean he failed to mention that Craven was slipping into a traumatic-induced madness of guilt and jealousy? He just let that slip. Just let that go.
There is a lot of guilt in a lot of persons' hearts right now, including my own.
Well, there's none in mine.
There shouldn't be.
Anyway, I knew I didn't trust you. I knew. I just had a feeling. I didn't trust you.
If it was up to me, I would have been much more forward with all of you. But it wasn't up to me. It was Levencroft Sr. And it was the damn American. Bill. Wild Bill. And, to an extent, Mr. Ambrose. The three of them were the main, I wouldn't say conspirators, but the main motivational factor behind a unit like this needing to exist. However, once it gained actual place, it was Levencroft who fetched me out of the bunch of the Officer Corps to head off the field unit.
So you could keep his secrets for him.
Why exactly does Levencroft have authority over you? He isn't part of the British government, is he?
He's not, and he doesn't. He does in a personal and friend sense. And as far as the directors go, I am one of those directors, although detached. As far as militarily, I both outrank him and have higher tenure than him. Militarily, he does not command me. And after establishing that this unit should be made, it was his decision that he not be involved in it any further than he needed to be, and allowed Wild Bill to take the helm, which he did rather well, I will say.
Torin's gonna go get another glass and pour whiskey into it. He's not gonna throw it. But he is gonna look over, like he's thinking about throwing it while he's pouring it.
Do not waste more of the fine china, Torn.
Sorry, I'm just upset. I'm learning a lot, and I do not like any of what I'm learning at all. In fact, it's all bad. Does Craven know that I've spoken with Asgaroth?
I don't believe so.
I think if he knew, he would probably come after you a lot harder than he already did.
Thank you to much of our secrecy and warm secrets, as you put it. Other than a bit of suspicion due to our previous minor encounters, he has no suspicion to believe how closely we are trying to observe him. And thanks to much of the efforts of you all, and the secrets I kept from you as well, despite my better judgment, it seems it was the better call. As, if I'm not mistaken, he was scrying on you for a while.
I mean, he still potentially is. I mean, has the potential to, I suppose. I need the top shelf. Why is this good stuff always on the top shelf? I can't reach
stand
the
up
top
and
shelf.
get it for him.
No, wait, it's leading somewhere. I'm trying to do something here.
Oh, sorry.
Roll Arcana.
17.
As Torrin's kind of trying to reach up and getting frustrated at it, the bottle starts to tilt and drops out almost like a Matilda scene where she grabs the chalk.
Just fucking.
Now,
Yes, thank you, Nikos.
did he also say that he was of the Asgarathian line there in that recording?
He did. And what little bit of information we have gathered so far, he mentioned the celestial line of dragons, of which we are somewhat familiar with.
Sorry, did nobody notice that?
He looked at it, but he's not drawing too much attention to it at the moment. I don't know if the others did, though. He's got a little bit of a raised brow, but he's also focusing on the question.
What should I roll for that? I'm a bit
Perception.
distracted myself at the moment.
Perception.
Comment from a resident mage.
Yeah, perception, Hachu.
No. He just
17.
levitates it down, pours himself a glass, and levitates it back up.
Yeah, both of you notice this.
I just turn to look at Nikos and turn to look at back at Soren. Look at Nikos.
Yeah, I just
look at Soren.
The brain catches up for a second, like, what? Wait a second.
Like,
Torn.
excuse me?
Torn.
Did you just levitate that?
No, you did, right?
I didn't. No.
No!
I don't know how to levitate things.
Not you,
No!
Swinton.
He raises his hands. I'm not of a magical nature, Torn.
Neither am I.
Well, someone did.
Well, it's in your hand, isn't it?
No, it's back up on the top shelf.
We may need to look into this a bit further once we're back in Greenwich.
Finally!
Perhaps being around many of those magical items rubbed off on you.
That's not how magic works.
Yes.
How closely did he perhaps lick the ball or the mace head? Did he hug it to himself too long?
I don't think that's how it works either.
I never touched it.
We will
Yeah,
need
we were the ones that took it.
Yeah, I was
Torn was
thinking of
providing
telling
a distraction.
We will definitely need to talk about this then and going into the future. However, I know this comes at a sour time, but it was again requested of me, and from this point going forward, I have been told no more secrets, no more warm lies, no more hiding of information, and I have been instructed to be fully forward with all of you, and especially you, Torn.
Thank you. What changed that? Was it perhaps the discovery of this wax cylinder, which, raised the stakes a little? I'm guessing.
The wax
Revealed him to be a
cylinder.
madman.
The wax cylinder has shifted second companies, wondrous companies' priorities for the foreseeable future, as first and third will be taking up some of the slack, whereas we may be prioritizing our efforts in pursuing this lead, which means more of our personnel will not be so available. In lieu of this, I have been given a letter by Levencroft Sr.
Oh,
during my visit with him. I was instructed not to listen to the letter until I was sitting. I have been drinking a fair bit, actually. I should hold back. Until I was with you again upon completion of this mission.
was it for?
It's addressed to you.
I suppose my post reached him, hasn't it?
It did. He cast
great timing.
a spell on this particular letter so that it would play a message from him.
Oh,
Every time you should open it, it will play that message again. He forced me to leave the room when he wrote it, so I, too, don't know the exact contents of it. However, it has come with a small package of what seems to be sizable papers sitting back at headquarters.
well then. I suppose I should take it then.
He'll hold it by the corner and hold the letter. It's in a nice envelope out to you. It's got the Levencroft family seal on it.
You two are in this with me. What did you just say, Swinton? No more secrets.
No more secrets from this point forward. Information, my history, the Levencroft history, and other knowledge of Craven, both because of the wax cylinder and also at the request of Levencroft Sr., is to be made more open to you. Should you need other information from me or Ambrose, we are to share it with you.
Well, I suppose in a show of good faith, there's something we neglected to tell you about when we discovered the Colossus.
And what was that?
The fact that I died.
I'm sorry, what?
He got better.
Clearly.
I died. Roxana was there,
He
and
also had his soul ripped from his body.
yes,
He also
How-
got better from that.
had a family reunion with Uncle Tython.
Ah. How exactly are you here, then?
That's a good question.
Well, we know now, so I'm gonna look to Torin.
Yeah, right. So, in my first meeting with Asgaroth, I was granted one wish. Anything.
A wish.
A wish
From Asgrath.
from Asgaroth.
Well, the magic adaptation makes quite a bit more sense now. And I see why the why the spirits are so high when it comes to Craven. Huh.
Anyways, I'm sure you can guess how I used it, given Nikos isn't dead and all.
Well, I'm sure he is quite grateful for that. And
I am. More than words can describe.
I would dare to say Levencroft
Just a
would be
wish.
rather proud of that.
It's just a wish.
I suppose. They don't come around all that often.
People wish all the time. It's not a big deal. But, I suppose I could open this letter now.
Very well.
Wouldn't want Nikos Hachu wouldn't want to. I mean, this could be a little personal. I wouldn't want to,
He requested it be opened with Wondrous Company present. We can perhaps play it again once we meet back up with Peter, or if you would like to wait until we land and he is, to my knowledge, awaiting us in Greenwich.
We should wait then.
Very well.
I'd like to see Peter again. It's been too long.
It has.
It's been an eventful few days.
We gotta tell him about the SS and knocking them out of the Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm. That and, do you think we should show him the spell?
Wait, the spell.
Wait, if you're magic now, do you have that? Do you know
I don't
it?
know.
I just look down at the floor with my hands in my face, just like.
I've already used
we
my
shouldn't do it
only
in
spell
here.
slot. I've used
We
my
shouldn't do
spell
it in
slot,
here.
so I can't do it.
You have.
Let's maybe refrain from
No,
magic
I
inside
think,
the plane.
I think,
You're not
for the
DM.
sake
Shut
of
up, Peter.
existence. Come
Nikos, do
on!
it. Come on, you gotta show him.
I'm not going to do it in the plane!
It's fine, do it. You show Swinton, come on!
If Nikos is showing reason to not cast a spell that you learned, and then perhaps we
It's a great
should wait.
spell. Nah, it's a Soviet
I mean,
spell.
it's a crap spell, but I still don't want to do it in the plane.
Come on, just do it. Come on.
No.
Stand up. Come
And I
on.
cast like a little bitty cloud of it in my hand, just like.
Perhaps.
No, you can't do that.
No.
You have to do the whole arms thing.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Once we land,
No,
I don't
come
want
on.
to do it in the plane.
What's wrong?
No! It's going to get mist everywhere.
Let's refrain from that, please.
See? Thank you.
Let's just get back to Greenwich. We will sit down with Peter and we will head straight for the oratory and see
Look,
what
order
the
me
letter
not to do
is.
it, so I can't do it. There.
I order you not to.
Thank you.
Well,
You can't
Okay.
order him.
all right. I'll say that feels a little cheap, but I'll let you know. I'd rather not have this plane a little damp. Just
Thank you.
also, the Soviets. You don't have to worry about their magical capabilities. Just
Oh my.
you don't even gotta worry about it.
We never were worried about their magical.
Well, if you
Abilities.
need any confirmation, you got it.
It's definitely a confirmation of their ineptitude.
Yeah, they're well, that's their real prowess, I would say. But
Very well. Unless you guys would like to do anything, we can do a little bit of a transition fast forward to entering English airspace, landing at the familiar short stop Greenwich Airfield, hopping off, and Swinton leading the three of you to the oratory where Peter would have been sitting for a hot minute, awaiting your guys' arrival.
Peter's taking a nap in the back.
I mean, surely someone would tell him that the plane landed and then he comes, right?
Perhaps.
Nah, he was there for Third Company's briefing. He heard the plane was going to be landing soon, so he came in there, and Third Company was having their briefing, so he just sat down in the back. They just drone line and line and line, and just non-stop! How can someone say so many words and say so few?
Just imagine they're trying to have a briefing and Peter's in the back like, get on with it!
Well, he is more polite than that. But he was sitting in the back as their company commander is giving their brief, and just he said so many words, and it turns out all they do is all they are doing is flying to Kenya. That is it. They're supposed to find out what they're actually supposed to do once they're there. All they know is they are flying to Kenya. It took them 2 hours to find this out.
Yeah, you guys enter to a empty oratory except for Peter sitting there taking a nap, a little flustered about the Third Company briefing who departed shortly before you guys landed. The three of you enter with Swinton at the front, and who instantly starts walking over to the podium at the front. Hello, Father Troikov. Glad to see you are back and rested.
How was Constantinople?
I don't know. How was Constantinople, DM? We haven't discussed that at all.
Good. We'll be able to fully get to that after this. I want to do the...
To be determined at a later date.
Yeah, that'll
of
be
course.
next session is briefing up and
I
catching
see.
up on that.
Information response applicable to topic.
Yes,
much.
yes.
Very well. We discussed this on the plane, Father Troikov, but it has been agreed upon me that I am to be more open in aiding of Wondrous Company's efforts directly. And I have been provided
Does that mean coming with us?
on a few missions, perhaps.
We found out some bad stuff in Vienna.
Craven
Oh, yes.
is going to be our top priority for the next while.
He's more dangerous than we thought.
And
We're not going to assassinate him, are we?
I mean, I should have in Vienna. He's completely unhinged.
he kind of
He's
loosens
a madman.
his tie just a little bit as you say that, not saying yes or no. Regardless, I have been provided a letter that, upon completion of this mission, I was to see delivered to Torn, and it was at Levencroft Sr.'s behest that you all be present as well.
It's, apparently it's magical. When I open it, it'll send a message.
Oh, I like those greeting cards.
Yeah, something tells me I'm not gonna like this one, though.
He seemed in rather bright spirits when he wrote it.
Oh, that's good.
So Torin is going to open it in about 35 seconds because I have to take a piss real quick.
Piss break. Yeah.
So how was Vienna? Apart from the
That's all right.
learning that Craven is clinically insane.
It was great. I made a lot of connections. I'm trying to sell helium to the Germans now. Long story there. And I stole an Italian's pomade, got into a fight with him, and we stole a magical artifact as a result.
We also learned.
Why would you
No.
steal someone's pomade?
It just happened. I was there. I was there to steal stuff from Craven, and I was mad because I couldn't find everything. I was in the bathroom, and it was just a bottle of pomade, and I grabbed it. But it worked out because
it helped us in the end. Apparently,
it worked out great.
we also learned the pinnacle of Soviet magics. Apparently,
Oh, you have to see it.
Oh,
Wait,
what
wait,
was
wait.
it?
Start chickenling.
Wait, Nikos, do it.
yep. Let's do it.
Let's
Come
do
on,
it.
Hachu.
Do it. Nikos,
Let's do it.
All right, we got it. Let's go.
What was it? Some kind of spell to make people feel bad about themselves?
No better.
What the?
The both of you need
what
to
are you
roll
two
me
doing?
performance.
What are you two doing? You look like idiots.
They're swinging their arms around each other.
Nikos
Oh, yeah!
and Hachu
Yes.
look like they're doing the worst version of the like Dragon Ball Z fucking fusion dance.
I also want to say, in real life, I'm currently doing the Macarena.
Don't forget the jazz hands at the end.
The jazz.
Hey, guys,
Oh, I won't. Don't worry.
don't forget, you guys need to do the jazz hands. It's just spell catalyst.
The what?
Just wait, you'll see.
Both of you roll me performance again as you try to dance again.
Oh, baby!
Oh no!
Nikos isn't the most performing arts of kids, so it's applicable and it works, but it's not as magical. It's like you're seeing it again for the first time when the Soviets did it. If anything, Hachu put more hip and sachet and jazz hands into it, as the whole room just goes like a smoke grenade going off in a game, just pss, and is now slightly,
And-
barely misty and a little musty now.
Ta-da!
There you go. Ta-da!
My paperwork appreciates that.
Yeah, sorry. But, there you go. The
What is
height
the purpose of this? To create mold?
Water and crops.
water crops?
How big of an area?
About 40 feet.
They called it the people's spell for the alleviation of famine in the region of the Ukraine.
Oh, how Russian magic has fallen.
I see you have learned a fair bit.
Hold on.
From your
Is Peter also
endeavors?
cursed with this knowledge now, like us?
Nope.
Damn
Peter is
it!
the only one who doesn't know it.
Also, I just now realized I misspelled Ukraine in the actual spell description. I didn't
You
put
also-
the E on the end of it.
And it's the
You also
region
forgot the
known
gnome.
as the Ukraine.
Region
Don't fix
of
it.
as
Just leave it.
Ukraine.
Just leave it.
Fuck it.
Just leave
Fuck
it like
I'm
that.
not using this damn spell, so
See, that's
Exactly,
the spell.
I-
That's how it should look.
I didn't.
I
didn't.
have it wrong too, and I'm not fixing it because I feel it's like in character to constantly say the spell name wrong.
I'm glad at least someone has it correct.
Yeah, the
Of
room,
course, Torin has it correct.
The room's
Yeah, I
just a
saw
little
it
wet.
typed in the thing,
Oh,
but that was after I already made it. I'm not changing it.
this is horrible.
Ukraine.
Ashu doesn't know what the hell a Ukraine is. Like,
Yeah, it's slightly wet, and Swinton's just kind of shaking his head a little. Well, it's good to see you garnered some sort of magic while over there in Vienna.
Not exactly happy about having it.
Well, perhaps it'll be useful if you find yourself in a shed and wish to make it a sauna.
it's not even warm.
Perhaps one day you will need to add rust to something.
Oh joy!
I'm gonna have to
I
call
could
up
get-
the
I could
maids
give-
to come dry the room now.
Could give everybody
Does
I
this room
know
have a window?
tetanus.
I don't know. I
No.
quite like the moisture. It's quite alleviating on my scales.
I'm gonna cast destroy water on the
Hey,
room.
guess what? I'm also doing too.
Spiteful destroy water.
Man,
Instead
this
of
water.
instead of the dramatic hand movements, I just kind of wave a finger, and it gets the air gets dehydrated.
Yeah, you
Back to
both do
normal
that. It
amounts.
feels like the same kind of warm, like, book smell of a room after a few moments.
I needed Peter. Peter, it's glad to see you. It's only been 4 days, but I don't know, it feels like it's been a bit longer than that.
Almost like it's been 3 weeks,
Yeah, I know.
maybe even 4.
I
haven't been counting.
I'm going over to the other room right now, just because of that.
Alright.
It's good to see you too, Thorin. How was your presentation?
It went very well, I feel. Actually, I feel it could have been the jumping off point for my career. I made a name for myself, which is something I never really expected to do. So, outside of this operation, I'm known now.
Thorin, you know this is a problem, right? That means you are going to have to publish things.
Yeah. Well, eventually, of course. I mean, like, historians go off all the time and disappear for years and come back with an amazing book. It's the same concept, I suppose. Just unfortunate, half the things we find are so classified I can't actually talk about them.
Yeah, perhaps in time we'll be able to classify this, should enough disasters be avoided.
Granted, I am going to live another 100 years, so it will work.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. This letter, I have been procrastinating on opening because I'm not mentally prepared for it. I'm gonna open it now. Yep. You're gonna open it. You ready? I'm not ready, but are you ready?
Do we need to hook it up
Just
to like
give
a
him a-
record
just give him
player
a
or
big
something?
thumbs up.
Swinton gives a solemn nod.
Are we all like huddled around it, or do we have to?
Everyone's kind of dispersed enough. It plays, you get the idea that it's probably going to play loud enough for, like, the room to be able to hear it.
Alright. He opens it.
Alright. Allow me to welcome a good friend and ratty Englishman who is lending us his luxury voice.
You had him read a note. Oh, you motherfucker. That's good.
A most dedicated resident. Every man, in his own time, will have one moment. One true heartfelt and deepest moment, where they must look at all they are, all they have been, and what has driven them to become that man. How someone is to be remembered is, of course, a question of sobriety. One would only hope to think of in their final twilight years, where the days are fleeting and the nights long. Indeed, I have had the luxury of such a life, without any idle time to contemplate this inquiry, up until now. I find myself in such a position to reflect on what I have done. Of course, there is much weight in my heart, and my mind equally, and perhaps, possibly, even more upon my soul, when I finally stand before the Almighty Father and His Son, who will profess my choices in life. For the one who I should never have let go on the path they took is now a hollow shell of a man, who now attempts to be made full through earthly means and deceptions, creating my greatest folly yet. I admit I have failed my firstborn, and I will answer for such. However, there is one occurrence in my life I will state that far outweighs all my failures in life: making a friend. Despite the loss of my dear wife, taken far too soon from us, and my regrettable failure of raising a son, I find myself a friend who I realized I was the father too, that I had wished my son, Junior, had let me be to him. A friend who I realize only now, as I kick myself for this revelation. During the remaining days I am still here, was always my true son. It was Mrs. Levencroft who found you, still unhatched, lost among the trees and mud during her last expedition, before she fell to her illness, before Junior's birth. She was such a strong woman. She blessed me with twins. Poetic almost, how it all came to unfold, all these years, what it has defined for you both. But don't be disheartened. You have much of a life ahead of you now, with companions and leadership, with which I have come to understand is a major honour to be amongst. Now, I must place upon you the one gift I am still able to give, a gift that pales in the shadow of what you would deserve. But if you are half the kobold we all see, then you will be twice, no, 4 times the man this world would ever need you to be. I have instructed Mr. Ambrose and Sir Swinton, my trusted friends of the Great War, to aid you in all ways possible, to take up what I offer to you, the Levencroft name and all assets of the museum, the knowledge, the vast collection I bestow, passed down, all I know, it will be with incapable claws. I happily entrust you, my son, Torin, with a weight that you will be delivered without contestation should circumstances be other than they are now, along with the now legal ramifications to be entrusted with inheritance and citizenship as an American and Confederate. That you should now take ownership of what I am giving, while enjoying, or perhaps, like myself, loathing the ability to partake in the great political game of voting and representation. The museum, my land holdings, the expeditions, and our fleet, all such rewarding endeavours and wielding such a vast wealth of knowledge and history, often overlooked by many a novice and financially driven historians, and now yours. Junior seeks to trade away knowledge and history for wealth and material desires, seeking to reach status among those who do not seek history to be preserved and understood, but to be destroyed and manipulated. It would seem my past returns to haunt me one final time, for an old compatriot and confidant of my past endeavours in Italy will surely be operating to consume what we have created, for they have done so from the shadows for many, many years now, having already claimed Junior into his claws. With a heavy heart, I must tell you this. The museum and history needs to be preserved and kept safe. All that we have built, along with any further ascertainment, with which I entrust you to continue. What Swinton has informed me, in great detail, you are quite capable of. With the diligence and care you have always shown, care I should have displayed more while I was with you, I have been more than thrilled, tremendously exhilarated, to receive your letter and hear back from you again. The magic and might you must be experiencing and emboldened strength within yourself is exactly what the museum needs, as I now open my eyes fully. I only hope that you were truly comfortable, entertained and content while growing up here, as well as having the freedom to explore outside, a pleasure most chaps often take for granted. Well, it has to be said, having you home was always the highlight for some of us. To return to after an expedition, not only would your inquiries force us to revise and clean up our writings along with our findings, but also allow us to give report and explanation to the most curious and astute kobold I've ever had the pleasure seeing on this earth. Which is why this mission and my position as speaker at the conference was relegated to you. I managed to convince Swinton to agree that it would be our first and final test to truly see that you are worthy of leading what we have accomplished so far. I am also saying test to temper Swinton's poor structural mind, but I already know you convey an excellence befitting your earned title as senior of our family name. I assure you I will rest, well, knowing that I shall be awoken from my time of slumber, whether for a day or even just an hour, by yourself or perhaps one of your comrades of necromantic persuasion, whether it be months or even many, many years from now. Hence my request to be buried in an above ground and well-preserved casket. As compared to the ordinary, affordable and preferable method of cremation, but that I may again be regaled and immersed just once more in the presentation of all your newest findings in your adventures that you have yet to undertake from this day to whenever that day may be. Protect the past, defend tomorrow's history, keep safe the ninth fold. Signed, with a father's admiration, Franklin Joseph Levencroft.
And I believe we will end today's session there.
Jesus.
The airplane put down at the airstrip on a cold and gloomy day, and the six aboard all knew their homes were very far away. The strife that gripped the forest all around them was their plight. They knew that something out there wasn't right. There were creatures in the bush, and there were soldiers in the woods. There were zealots in the ruins. There was magic that's no good. Grenades were used aplenty, guns and swords brought in, and death. When it finished, only 5 of 6 were left. On the flight back to their quarters, the new place to be their home, the dangers of their future had been surely set in stone. The content of their briefing brought their purpose into light. These 5 strangers had been brought into the fight. There are stories of the kobold, of Wilhelm Schwartz and Father Peter too. There are tales of the hoplite, of Leroy Copeland and Hatshu. And while the details of their past and trials were never meant to spawn, the deeds of wondrous company will live on. Yes, the deeds of wondrous company will live on.